We have good news. After like 6 months of playing the same game, I can finally move on to Trails Through Daybreak 2. A solid almost, like 2 months? Has it been 1 month or 2 months since it's come out? But I've already gone in here and set the important settings, such as I found the auto text function and stripped it from my controllers so I don't accidentally hit it. And other than that, I believe I'm trying to run it at 60 FPS, all settings as high as they could possibly go, and then we're going to see if I need to lower any settings. All of the sound is currently at default volume, so we'll find out if any of those need to be adjusted later on. But we play Nightmare because we are not a babby. So we get 2 droplets for everything. Looks like all that's going to go to Van. Huh. Skill Stone. I have no idea what those do. Amulet of Law, Gray, and Chaos. Cool. You know what? Let's see exactly what the contents of this recap is. I am very curious. You.
Nestled away in the old town area of Edith, capital of the Calvert
It's a
Republic,
pre-recorded
is a
FMV.
small,
Hell yeah.
humble business. It was owned by Van Arkwright, a problem solver of sorts called a Spriggan. One day, a first-year student from Aramis Academy, Agnes Claudel, showed up at his door. She requested his help in finding antique ornaments called the Genesees, which she inherited from her great-grandfather.
This voiceover is a little bit wooden.
Utilizing his connections in normal society and the underworld, Van and Agnes found one of the Genesees, only to come under fire from a mafia group called Almada.
You could put a little bit more motion into it.
Despite the seemingly hopeless situation, the Genesis resonated with Van's xipha, a tactical
it kind of sounds like what if like Siri had a little
appeared.
bit better
With her assistance,
better
Van
quality
clad himself
voice.
in an armor made of shards and transformed into the Grindel. He turned the tables on the mafioso with its overwhelming strength. After that, Agnes agreed to work for Van
Kroger brand
part-time
Mountain
in
Dew.
exchange for his
Not
help in
bad.
finding
Tastes
all
better than
8
actual Mountain Dew, in
Genesees.
my
The
opinion.
2 of them traveled all across Calvert in search of them and made a number of new friends along the way. Ferry Al-Fayed, a Jaeger who was raised for a life on the battlefield as a Kruga warrior. Aaron Way, a prodigy and a reckless leader of a group of delinquents from Longport's eastern quarter.
I'm genuinely curious if they're going to state details that I missed.
Twinings, a service
do
concierge
not actually
dispatched from the
remember.
Marduk Company to provide Arkwright solutions with impeccable support. Katra Salesian, a young engineer stationed at the Basel Institute of Science, where he participates in the development of cutting-edge technology. Judith Lanster, a famous actress in the world of film who leads a double life as the Phantom Thief Grimcat. And Bearguard Zeman, Van's former mentor, and a man who cast off his old name. Together, they braved countless ordeals and collected many of the Genesees.
All but one.
Though they were hounded at every turn by Almada, who were using the devices to sow confusion and chaos wherever they went. Eventually, Almada's leader, Gerard Dantes, detonated a nuclear weapon in a remote village and wiped it off the map. Multiple factions, now driven to bring about Almada's end, found themselves as pawns in a death game, where Van and his friends came out on top and ultimately defeated Almada's executives and cohorts.
I'm starting to think that
Then they put an end to Dantes, the
the
source of all
voices need
this
to be
evil.
increased slightly. If
However,
this is using
during
the
a festival
voices
celebrating
volume.
the Calvardian Revolution, one of Almada's leaders, Melchior, unleashed pandemonium on the capital, and in the process revived Dantes and the other executives and summoned countless demons into the city.
But 3 of them are still alive.
Pandemonium brought Time and Edith to a standstill, but with
But it doesn't
the
really
aid of
matter
their
too much.
allies,
They're probably not
Van and
coming
his
back.
crew were able to once again defeat Melchior and Dantes. Upon Dante's demise, the diabolic core that he had absorbed into his body found its way back to Van, its original host. Van awakened as Vagrant's diaspora and disappeared, fleeing from his companions. Unwilling to lose their friend, the group chased after him into the boundary between Zemuria and the Beyond and confronted the demon that overtook him.
I bet the person who
Thanks to
read the
the
script
urging of his
has no
friends,
idea
Van
what
was
she is
able to
reading.
regain himself and temporarily drive the demon lord out by flinging the core into the depths of the rift. With all of these incidents behind them and the end of the year fast approaching, everyone other than Agnes bid a brief farewell to Van as they each left Edith behind. But before they departed, they all promised that they'd see each other again in the near future.
Okie dokie. Daybreak recap end. February 20th. That's a lot of text for the OST stuff.
Gamma Squad, go!
Target confirmed. Moving to apprehend.
Our next prey.
Ah.
Now, devour them all! Start corrode! The Corrental's online!
What the hell?
Okay. Oh, look. We recognize
What in
those
the
two.
world?
Worst
I
speculation.
knew I sensed something down here, but I wasn't expecting to find bodies.
No good. I'm only getting a faint response now. Ugh, I really thought we had it this time. This place is gonna be locked up real tight after today. Talk about lame.
Huh. Maybe we should pay our friend a visit. His connections could come in handy, and we do still owe him our thanks.
Oh yeah, our thing should match his 4 SPG requirements, shouldn't it? Well, if we go, I'm totally helping myself to his secret stash of sweets.
If you want to play with fire, be my guest. I think that's our cue to get out of here.
Yeah, let's move, S.
Ooh, new loading screen. Oh, so we're about 2 extra months farther forward. February 20th, 1209. Into the chill. Lucky guitar.
I can't wait! Do you think his car is faster than Van's truck?
Your guess is as good as mine, sweetie. We'll be back home later this evening.
You better be. Things have been a little too weird around here lately. All right, have tons of fun out there, Yume.
Okie dokie, Grandpa. I'll be back soon!
Early yesterday morning, there was a small explosion near a municipal building in the capital.
He's just been there the whole time.
According to our report, It was the
From the
result
title
of a
screen to
power
here.
outage, and there was no sign of criminal activity. In other news, a Grand Circuit exhibition race will be held today.
Oh, he has a copy of Christ Who's Gonna Die First on his bookshelf.
For real? It's too early for this shit.
Oh. It's Elaine.
Yes? Thought you weren't working today.
It's nearly 10 a.m., you know. You really should be wide awake at this hour. I have a job fit for a Spriggan, so you better start waking up already. Van.
Well, got our reintroductions. Van Arkwright. And Elena Claire.
So, wasn't expecting you to drop by the office, much less in casual wear. Better be careful walking around in that, or else Lil Miss Famous will have even more eyes on her.
Oh, please. I can blend in with the crowd just fine, as long as I act like myself. So, what are your thoughts? I just had it tailor-made.
Well, let's see. Huh. Yeah, seems pretty alright. Always good to wear something easy to move around in. What? What did I say?
Oh, nothing. So, what's
He
going
wants
on
you to
with your sleep
compliment her,
schedule?
dumbass.
Was it thrown off kilter, or are you just becoming lazy? Perhaps your old habits are rearing their ugly heads, now that you don't have your assistants to keep you in line.
It ain't like that. I've just been up to the neck in work is all. Though I am slowing my pace a little.
The door in the
At least
background
until
is
they get
very
back.
shimmery.
Speaking of, I can't believe it's already been 2 months since they all left. I'm surprised they haven't returned yet.
There's a lot of shimmering going on. Maybe I need to adjust my anti-aliasing
Yeah,
settings.
well, they all had some unfinished business to take care of.
I figured I'd tick on DLSS 3 since I have a 3070 graphics card. But maybe I need to shut it off and go with a normal anti-aliasing method.
On the bright side, things have been nice and quiet around here lately. It's just like old times.
Oh? I've heard testimony to the contrary. A little birdie told me Agnes has been coming here every week for part-time work.
Not true. She comes every other week. And I doubt she'll be able to do even that much in the coming weeks. She's gonna be up to her ears in work, getting ready for her school festival.
Oh, it's that time of year already? I bet someone's going to be awfully lonely soon.
Yeah, no. Alright, that's enough about me. Let's start talking shop. I want to know why an A-rank bracer, and the famous Beauty's Blade no less, is asking for my help. I'm also curious why you're doing this on your day off. Guessing this ain't a rescue a lost cat type request.
Afraid not. Take a look at this.
An Orbital USB drive.
Damn.
There have been other incidents like this one here in the capital. They began around the start of the year. I'm sure this is old news to you, however.
Yeah, but I didn't think the rumors were actually true.
Man, a lot of the starting tracks are on disc 2.
What I heard was that there have been a number of strange goings-on lately. And that a lot of people have been dropping like flies.
The victims are not only policemen and soldiers, but also gang and mafia members as well. Evidently, they have all been killed in the most gruesome manner imaginable. It's inhuman, in every sense of the word. Due to the nature of the incidents, however, they're being reported as vague disturbances or accidents.
Well, given the parties involved, I can't say I blame them.
That's I think the voices need to be slightly quieter. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Overall volume.
Hasn't stopped people from talking, but it's all just speculation at the moment. I figure the Guild and the CID want to close the books on this case ASAP.
That's right. A joint investigation team has already been formed. They've surmised that this is the work of a serial killer. Unfortunately, they have yet to find any serious leads.
I'll admit, this case has been on my mind. But I hadn't caught any sense, and no one had come to me about it. Until now, that is. If I'm being real with you, this is way beyond the scope of my humble little office. You do get that, right?
Yes. And until yesterday, that was perfectly acceptable. However, the situation has changed.
Someone got a video feed of it?
Target, move it up.
Yep.
Now, seize them all! Shard is online!
What the hell?
The CID's Special Ops Hercules unit, its Gamma company specifically, was wiped out last night. They identified a suspect for the serial killings via their intel network, but when they caught up with him, they were completely overwhelmed by a red fairy and a man in a trench coat, who transformed into a monstrous creature.
Sounds familiar.
Huh. I want to say it's just the latest in special effects, but yeah, probably not. I'm guessing Renee sent you this vid?
Yes, discreetly and privately. Not even the Guild is aware of this video. The many incidents caused by Almada last year were beyond human understanding. However, all of the reports mention the presence of a fixer and an unidentified dark blue monster. Consequently, multiple organizations are beginning to turn their eyes to you. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what will follow if nothing is done about this. Yes?
Honestly, even I don't know what all went down there. So, long story short, I've shot to the top of the suspect lists. Of the CID and the Bracer Guild.
Nail on the head. It's only a matter of time before the CID makes their move to attain justice for the Gamma Company. This is personal to them. The same goes for the police and the Guild as well.
Well, shit. I just can't catch a break these days. But, thanks for giving me a heads up.
What are you going to do?
The only thing I can do. I'm gonna put my nose to work.
At the end of my beloved time limit. That is a title.
This ain't something I can take lying down, especially since I should have been able to sniff it out from the get-go. I'm not just gonna sit here and wait for someone to throw me in the slammer. I've gotta get on out there and clear my good name. Pushing through thick and thin is what a fixer does best. I'll get through this. Whether that's by myself or with the people who have stood by my side. I'm only here now because of them. And I've still gotta pay them back for all they've done for me.
Huh.
I guess I'm sort of giving myself a 4 SPG here. Now, I hate working for free as much as the next guy. But maybe I could put up with it if a certain someone rewarded me with delicious sweets.
That's quite the roundabout way of asking me to treat you. However, I'm afraid I can't accept that particular arrangement.
Aw.
Seeing as I'm the one who came to you with the job.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh?
I can't just sit idly by and let a new seed of fear be planted in the hearts of civilians. That's not the Bracer way. Moreover, I have a personal stake in this. After all, a dear friend of mine is being caught in the crossfire of this whole ordeal. I won't let him be hit with a false charge.
Oh.
Face it, you need someone who can keep an eye on you. I think us working together would be the most rational solution. That said, I can't openly ask for your help, given my position as a bracer. If it's done through a 4 SPG, though, I doubt there will be any problems. So, will you accept it? Hey, why are you laughing at me?
I'm not. Just wondering who's really the roundabout one here. You're the same as ever, Elaine. Actually, I take that back. You've changed a lot, haven't you?
I suppose I have. Although I think that's to be expected, given all that happened last year. And you've changed quite a bit yourself, no?
Guess so. Alright, the conditions you've outlined match my requirements well enough. I'll be expecting you to pull your weight out there. Better keep up with me, Beauty's Blade.
Oh, I'll do more than that, Van Arkride.
Prologue, Crimson Roar. We're probably gonna at least see him once.
I am officially in love with this caramelized apple. The slightly bitter yet juicy sweet flavor is to die for. That pinch of cinnamon combined with the flaky richness of the crust are sending my taste buds into overdrive. It's perfection. I could sit here eating Monmar's tart tatin until the cows come home. I'll never get sick of it for as long as I live.
Same for me. Its flavor is refined, yet delicate at the same time. Calling it anything less than a masterpiece would be doing it an injustice. You're a master of your craft, Victor.
Victor.
Why, thank you. I don't know why you're hanging around this deadbeat, but I guess there's no harm in kicking up your feet and sharing a meal in your downtime. The same doesn't go for you, you lazy bum. Also, you better not give this fine young lady any trouble. You hear me?
Yeah, I got it.
Ah, we lost the voice acting. Why does he always have to give me such a hard time? Only because he cares, I'm sure. So, where's Yume and Paulette? I haven't seen them here today. Oh, they've gone to see a race. They got an invite from a certain hot-headed racer we all know and love. He's been inviting her out a lot since the end of last year. I have to imagine old Grumps have been worrying up a storm over that. Even if he is a bundle of nerves right now, it at least ain't showing in his cooking. Yes, I've heard a little bit about their situation. The road to reconciliation can be long and thorny, but I wish them luck all the same. Yeah, I only meant to have a light meal, but I think I got a little more than I bargained for. And the work full, perhaps you could set to work. Sounds good. Information on the case ain't gonna find itself. You wanted to hit up Riverside and the Grand Circuit, yeah? That's right. As far as we can tell, that's where the latest incidents have occurred. With your keen sense of smell, you might be able to uncover some leads that fell by the wayside. Let's hope my nose was up to your expectations. I say we head to Riverside first since it's closer. Just give me a sec to get ready and we can hop to it. Riverside has been added to the travel menu. And let's get all of our menus here. That is a lot of controls. How to save.
Should be able to get whatever we need over at the general store. So let's...
Back to business.
Wait, I need to make a stop at the tobacco
Oh, we
kiosk.
can spin now.
Gotta check out their novelty candies.
I don't remember being able to spin that well
Ever
in the
the
other
sugar
game.
addict.
Ooh. Slightly different colored. We got the red for the, or I guess crimson for the Crimson Sin. Out of curiosity, I remember somebody mentioned there is certain things here that people have mentioned. But a lot of this is stuff we've seen before, right? More or less. I don't think I've heard of Valis. That's Marduk's HQ. Oh, they're giving us details on this. Okay. Elysium, the Hour of Retribution or whatever, right? And all that. Nothing really super important over here. Get a nice little coverage of all the characters. Cool. Mysterious figures. Yeah, there weren't enough of like these individual characters. I feel like I recall somebody mentioned there's essentially a retelling of Star Door 15 somewhere in here. Oh, you could change to like the 2D art versus 3D model. Neat. It might show up somewhere later. Could also try the title out of curiosity. Oh. Neat. Okay, so there's nothing special here. I feel like somebody mentioned that it was there. Maybe it'll show up later on, like when certain characters show up. Like Ren will probably show up and we'll see what happens. Alright, one thing I wanted to do. Let's adjust this real quick. We wanted to adjust our this. So we're gonna turn DLSS off and just let me I don't remember what the good anti-aliasing system is, so let me Google that real quick. Alright, let's see. What do we got? It says use FXAA or SMAA. Well implemented TAA is very good, but often is bad. So we can see which one looks best. Bump up this. We'll go 4 times because Durante suggests it. What a sparse grid super sampling. Even higher cost for small visual benefit. Turns MSA into SGSSA. What the hell is no wait, that's SGSSA would be something super sampling anti-aliasing. Let me Google that. We're going through a anti-aliasing lesson here. Sparse grid super sample anti-aliasing. So people say this is debatably the best one. This is like 9 months ago. Funnily enough, this is from subreddit r/fuckTAA, and this one dude is reviewing Trails Through Daybreak, saying SGSSA, Ultimate Anti-Aliasing in a shipping game. So apparently people really like SGAA. So let's bump this down and turn this to... Bump this here. We'll turn it into selective. What is transparency multi-sampling? For transparent objects. Yeah, we don't really need it. We'll just lower this down then and see what happens. Alright, I got my FPS in the top right corner through an overlay. And my GPU is heating up a little bit more. But hopefully now when the camera is still, you won't see any weird flickering in the background.
Monmar is so relaxing.
Oh, they have a little shortcut thing here. Fish? We have minigames now? Hell yeah. Oh, we got downgraded back to level 10. Van had to sell his ultimate weapon to pay rent. Give me a second. I think I forgot to turn on the audio setting for tabbing out. Let's see. Much better. The game's basically running now in the background. Alright. Let's see what these new what these equips do. 50% ailments, 500 HP, all stats up 7, and 10 craft points every single turn. Yes, please. And I guess we'll just throw this on. Hey, if she's joined the party, I ain't gonna say no. Here, take Amulet of Grey. We lost all of our costumes. I believe I got, like, some DLC thing, actually, because it was, like, a free thing. She's in a Z1 Pit Girl attire. Poster contests that appear in theaters, and free sample stuffs. Might as well just grab everything. Shard tokens. Oh, we got Shining Palms, too. Okay. Well, yeah, we have all the droplets. Oh, we have a specific UI for this stuff. Cool. Ah. And we could just select to use all 3. Nice. It does add a lot of extra menuing, unfortunately. But I guess it makes it go by faster by just being able to use all of a specific droplet at once. Well, we don't have Anius in the party, so we're going to hang on for the magic droplets. One more thing I should check. Status. Okay, got our stat values and everything. Let's check out our crafts. So, looks like he kept his boosted stuff. And he still has coin bullets, which is nice. Really good. Then she has all of her stuff, which I believe is exactly the same as before. She is missing her S-Craft, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think they both are. Well, if you're looking for Paulette and Yume, they went out somewhere. I'm here by myself till the evening. That comet freak's been getting pretty bold lately, but if even his pinky toe crosses the line, I'll dip him in oil and fry him like a croquette. Sounds like you've been waiting for the opportunity. Not that I don't get why. Don't shut your trap and get to work already, would ya? Don't go causing any problems for Miss Elaine either. Yeah, I'm going. I'll stop by on my way home, Victor. If you're feeling peckish, go ahead and order. As for you, delinquent, stay out of trouble with Miss Elaine around, you hear?
Oh. What's on the menu?
Sketty and meatballs. Oh, they actually mark everything that's new. That's convenient. It's not as obvious as I was hoping. I was hoping it would be just to the right or left of the text, but we take what we can get. I guess for now we'll buy items, but we won't consume them immediately. We do gotta get those gourmet ranks, but we're gonna be limited for healing items as we are very poor in the start of the game.
Take care out there.
Actually, I was told to have another business trip coming up soon. You alright with watching Harry again for me? Oh, he's leaving town again. Of course, Soccer. Kids love having him around. But between you and me, don't you think you've been working a little too much lately? I mean, you're making it home past midnight more often than not these days. Harry's been talking about how much he misses his dad, you know? Sorry, I've had to take on a lot of new roles recently. I'll try to book my return flight as soon as possible. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but don't you think that's the kind of thing you should be telling your son? Parker's an old childhood friend of mine who happens to live next door. Our families have been friends for years now. He's a single dad, so we end up taking care of his kid while he's on business trips. Ever since the end of last year, though, he's been focused on his work. Harry doesn't ever complain about it, but you can tell the kid misses having his dad around. I was able to work my way up to a promotion recently, but they just ended up sending me out to fix a problem in one of their branch offices. Actually supposed to be heading to Anchorville today, too. I should be back in about a week, though, I hope. Seriously, I don't know what I'd do without Robinson. Field trips every day. Gonna zip around. Sprint is toggle? That's new. Can I shut that off? I'm not a huge fan of it being toggle. There we go. Toggle locked. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna have it on hold because I like it on hold. Gives me more immediate control. This is Rosette's room. It's locked right now. And I'm assuming it's the same for all of theirs. Sup, Etwa? Oh, hello. Do you live here? Stare. Huh. Kinda figured she'd reject you. Etwa is basically the ambassador for all the cats in Old Town. She's not exactly the biggest fan of people, though. Guess he must be special. You think so? Can't imagine why. Maybe she knows I'm a bracer. Meow. Always nice having, like, the original OSTs. Makes you feel right at home. Hey again, got any copies of the Tyrell Times? Oh, and you selling any new candy lately? All you ever ask for is candy, candy, candy. And we're a tobacco shop, you nincompoop. Fine, fine. Guess I'll take a candy cigarette then. Oh, wait, maybe I should get a churro. What did I just say? Sigh. When will you learn? Hey, are you his client? Get him to do his job, would you? Yes, I intend to. I think I've seen her around before. She's awfully active for her age, isn't she? You probably just got up, didn't you? Don't start getting all lazy because your assistants aren't around. Get out there and get to work and got it.
Quit dawdling and buy something.
Pink candy. 10 HP. 8 HP. Wow. That just does nothing, huh? Peach flavored candies, as colorful as they are cute. And candy cigarette. A candy that feels like a real cigarette. It's a lollipop. Friendly relations with El Same advance to a new stage. Aw, Shining Palm Bait is worthless.
Stay out of trouble now.
We can hang on to that Shining Palm Bait if we ever run into any major issues in the early game. Also, we're only level 10 and our HP is quite high. Okay, so our LGC starts at level 3 in this game. Neat. And looking at this, we got levels 4, 5, and 6 by the end of the game. Unless I'm mistaken, and those bars that look like they're 2 apart are actually really 2 apart. We'll see. Currently have the Tyrell Times. Alright. Our first book. Flex my knuckles so I can read better. International 30th Anniversary of Mutual Development Pact. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the signing of the Mutual Development Pact between the Calvard Republic and the Principality of Elsame, an occasion which has brought about an air of jubilation in both nations. Consequently, the Republic and Elsame have welcomed diplomatic delegations from both countries with open arms at festivals and other celebratory events, which ran from the beginning of the year and concluded at the end of last month. In the middle of January, President Gramhart paid a visit to Ludos, the capital of Elsame, and after partaking in a tour of the city, he was granted an audience with the Principality's Grand Prince Salman. He then proceeded to hold a press conference with Prince Sharid, where the two announced the formalization of a new partnership between their nations. Focused on collaborative infrastructure development and resource surveying, the president confidently declared that this new arrangement would usher in a new era of peace and prosperity for all. Prince Sharid, meanwhile, reaffirmed his country's dedication to maintaining friendly relations with the Republic, and expressed his hopes that they would become increasingly open with one another. The MDP's roots can be traced back to shortly after the Orbital Revolution, when the Verne Company, under the guidance of Professor Hamilton, set to work on improving the local environment and infrastructure of Elsame and its surrounding areas. The resulting architectural advancements in Ludos, in addition to efforts to cultivate greenery, opened the doors to many industries to enter Elsame, which in turn led to an economic windfall in the Republic. A key takeaway from these events is that the collaboration between two nations and leveraging each other's strengths begets far greater gains for both parties than a mere unilateral aid, a principle that would eventually serve as the ideological foundation for the MDP. Since its signing, Elsame has bolstered its investments in the Verne Company, and the construction of a resort in Tharbad was conducted and completed in record time, both of which are rightly attributed to the Pact's unassailable benefits. More eyes were drawn to the celebrations after the surprise appearance of Princess Zeta Asval at the Pact signing. Don't know who that is. Between her strikingly head-turning looks and the ardent support she showed her brother Prince Sharid, we probably heard her name once in the previous game. The Elsame princess left many at the event in awe. Princess Zeta is known to be a remarkably intelligent young woman, and many prominent figures throughout the Principality have high hopes for her future. According to a statement from the Elsame Embassy, she is currently touring the Republic in an effort to broaden her understanding of Calvert's culture and industries. We are going to see her most likely in the coming chapter. Culture: Z1 Exhibition Race. The road to the finals. Today, a Z1 exhibition race will be held in ES Grand Circuit. The world of Z1 racing is abuzz with speculation about who will win the final race in the series, scheduled to take place next month. Defending Z1 champion Maxim Lugan has won the past 3 series, and he hopes to set an all-time record of 4 consecutive wins by taking first place this year as well. However, the Red Comet's lofty ambitions could very well come crashing to the ground because Team Ingert's Aslan, a rising star in the world of Z1, has entered the racing ring. Although Aslan is only in his mid-20s, don't let his was it like they didn't have enough room? Like, it's supposed to be his young age, but like, I have no idea what like that don't let this is supposed to be. It's a publication. You don't have to ... and then correct yourself. Okay. This up-and-coming racing prodigy has shattered multiple records all his own, causing many to believe he has what it takes to dethrone the reigning champ. Today's exhibition match will mark the first official clash of wheels between Maxim and Aslan. Racing fans all over the city are excited to witness this bout, which many are calling the prelude to the series finals. Finance. Verne on the fast track to post-reparation prosperity. Following the end of the Erebonian Empire's reparation payments, many speculated the Empire's time of economic prosperity would come to an end. But in spite of these fears, the Verne Company, leading a Calvardian enterprise, posted a strong start at 1209. According to company representatives, Verne has amassed a healthy war chest over the past few years and strengthened its manufacturing infrastructure and market position. In light of its products' wide reach and soaring demand from foreign markets, Verne is expected to match or even exceed their previous year's profit records. Furthermore, concerns of the delayed release of the Typhon is that actually an iPhone joke? The release of the Typhon. Yeah, I think that's just basically a rip on the iPhone. Well, a rip is probably not the right word, because that means it's like an insult, but it's a direct reference to it. Funny. A consumer-grade communications device developed exclusively within the Republic were dispelled when the product went on sale last month, just in time for the end of the fiscal year. Vern's aggressive rate of growth is likely owed not only to the T-Phone's explosive sales, but also the recent corporate restructuring among the company's executive staff. Verne has adopted a policy of reform to combat problems that were made apparent over the course of the past year, and is committed to improving its operations from their baseline all the way up to its board of directors. Now, you see, the iPhone is called the iPhone because, like, the I part had meaning being like iPhone. It's like sort of like it's a belongs to you type thing. At least that's what I get out of it. What is the T supposed to stand for? I have no idea. But I can't wait for them to come out with a smartwatch, and they'll call it the Vern Watch. Anyway. Local. Widespread accidents and violence plunge capital into chaos. As the start of the new year, outbreaks of violence believed to be the result of warring organized crime groups had plagued Edith. Just yesterday, there were reports of a scuffle on the premise of a government-owned warehouse. While officials deny any terrorist involvement and insist the incident was nothing more than a simple accident, unrest continues to percolate within the general populace. There is a sentiment among some of the citizenry that public order has begun to deteriorate, and that the recent economic boom has had a destabilizing effect on the psychological state of criminals and malefactors. In response to those claims, authority figures had this to say: "We will continue to investigate and resolve any incidents or accidents that may occur. In the meantime, we encourage all citizens to carry on with their lives and not to feed the spread of this order through baseless conjecture and fear-mongering." Advertisement: New Treon Mall shops back on the block, with a capital B. Although I guess it's a title of the section. Join us at the foot of the capital's signature landmark, Treon Tower, to experience the greatest and largest commercial facility in all of Edith, Treon Mall. This shopping stomping ground is home to 2 brand new stores that have taken the Republic of Calvert by storm. First and foremost is the Vern Store, which has been the talk of the town since its grand opening late last year. There you can get your very own T-phone, the latest and hottest commodity in communication technology, then have it serviced at the very same store by Vern's dedicated customer support team. If you have even the slightest interest in the T-phone, feel free to swing by and take a peek. Your satisfaction is a Vern guarantee. Next up, the Liberal Boutique, which opened up at the end of January. Offering an authentic taste of the southwestern edge of the continent, the Liberal Boutique sells goods and souvenirs sourced straight from the Liberal Kingdom itself, and offers exhibitions you can enjoy while you peruse their wares. Due in large part to the lovely manager and staff, all of whom are citizens of the kingdom, the store feels like the genuine Liberalian article. Have you always wanted to visit the Liberal Kingdom yourself but couldn't find the time for a trip? Then stop by and make your dreams a reality, because now you can experience the wonders of Liberal without ever having to set foot outside the Republic. Nobody wants to go to Liberal. All my homies hate Liberal. Alright, let's...
I see you're working hard as always.
As always. But let's check out all the shops. Well, this isn't bad. You off to work? Oh, such a beauty as well. Wait, haven't I seen you around somewhere? It's possible. But I'm really just one of his clients. Please, don't mind me. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Dan may be young, but he's always been a hard worker. I'm sure he'll have your problem resolved in no time. Oh, is that right, Mr. Arkwright? Yeah. Let's just get moving, okay? You seem awfully familiar with one another. Was I misunderstanding something? All your assistants left for home, and I'm just so busy with school. Been so sad without them around. They'll be back soon, right? Make sure you work extra hard for them. I mean, I'm fine doing this job by myself. Oh? Think that's something your assistants would like to hear? No. Sorry, don't tell them I said that. They give me so much crap for it. Sounds like he's been getting along with everyone in the neighborhood.
Looking is always free, you know.
Her voice line in this game sounds a lot better than the previous game. Like, they actually let the actor do multiple takes.
Come see us again sometime.
Ever since my fool of a son left that gang of his, he's actually been more productive with his life. He's still not home very often, though. It really makes me worry. I know he's not doing anything terrible, but... maybe I should cut him some slack. Kids. I said I was sorry, Sheena. What's going on over here? It's nothing, really. I just finally managed to beat Harry at Kick the Can. That's what you get for being a cheater. Hold on, that mousetrap totally got a clean hit on you. Yeah, and using mousetraps and Kick the Can is cheating. What you being so scary for? Come on, Mark, where are you? seem to be having fun, I think. It's gotta work off the energy somehow. I'm gonna make sure Harry pays today. Actually, it's kind of embarrassing how he's always at our house lately. I mean, I know we've grown up together, but still. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, really. His brain's practically empty anyway. Man, hell, Sheena's on a warpath today. Don't you think you guys should cool it for a bit? Make sure you don't make your friend too angry, alright? Right. What's this lady so pretty for? That's one way to put it. I asked if Yume could come play with us today, but she went out to watch the race. Sigh. I wish I could see with my dad. Well, whatever. I heard the Z1 finals are going to be even cooler. Let's go to the flower shop.
Let's get out there and kick some butt.
There's a flyer posted with information on how to apply for tenancy. Oh, they moved out. So, hello there. Such nice weather we're having. It's sad to think this place is only temporary. That's right, I know all about the terrible things happening in the deep dark underground, and you can't mean... There's no need to fear. I bagged the guy just last night, handed him over to the police too. Oh no, now everyone know I'm the famous Phantom Thief Grimcat. That's not what I thought she was going to say. Natalia spends her days telling lies to whoever will listen. Don't think she does it maliciously though. It's just a hobby of hers. Make sure you keep my secret, okay?
Well...
By the way, you're familiar with Grimcat, right? And how she's been active for the past 50 years? Well, believe it or not, I'm her. First suited up when I was just a wee lass. After finding out how many bad guys were roaming about the city, I felt I had no choice but to answer the call of justice. I've been thinking about retiring soon, but evil never truly sleeps, you know? I can only imagine what Judith would think. Well, thankfully, she doesn't have to know.
Would you care for some flowers?
Welcome to Siet Florist. I used to work here as a part-time employee, but Raymond felt the need to move recently. He managed to teach me lots about proper plant care, however. He even gave me a few tips on how to make cookies with flower nectar. Anyway, I'll do my best to keep our wares stocked with top-shelf plants, so please stop by again, okay? Might as well, but I'll be expecting those cookies you mentioned. You never change, do you? No. Raymond used to live in that share house across the way with a few friends of his, but unfortunately they decided to go their separate ways a few months ago. Perhaps this has kind of made things a little more lonely than usual, honestly. But I won't let that get me down. I still got a shop to run after all.
What would you like?
Cookie.
Will you stop by again sometime?
So I have a feeling we're gonna probably spot one of the three in the various cities we go around to visit. Oh hell yeah! All of the vending machines are now labeled. Yay! Looks like they're getting along just fine. They don't seem to be related though. Maybe she's taking care of a stray.
All right.
Neo Vita S, a cutting-edge supplement drink with an assortment of vitamins. Life Aid, a sports drink full of electrolytes, perfect post-workout hydration. It's what plants crave. And Melon Olé, a milk-based drink with an indulgent melon flavor. Here's Burn. Sup? Oh, Hare's been captured. Okay, stay calm, Mark. Harry needs your help. But Sheena's so scary when she gets serious. What should I do? Ah. Good luck, Harry. Hello, Van. It's a wonderful morning out, isn't it? How's your work going lately? I hope there haven't been any problems. Well, it's the same as usual, really. Things have settled down ever since we dealt with that mafia stuff. Guess not many people need our help anymore. That's so. I'm glad to hear it's more peaceful around here, but I suppose that does mean less work for you. Perhaps I'll send you some subcontract work soon. Nah, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. They seem awfully close. Maybe they're... Oh, she's starting to get ideas. Why are the Nikolai so personable? Many people stop by just to talk to him. Did you know he's also an accomplished pharmacist? I'll be just as successful as him someday. I just have to remember to keep working hard.
goddess of the sky is always watching over us.
Oh, this is from the Zero no Kaseki OST? Didn't even realize. Trails from Zero. Good morning, Van. It's nice to see you again. You've been coming by every day, haven't you? Every day? Have you been praying lately? No. Father Nikolai and I just have a lot in common. Actually, we were talking about Ingrid's design philosophy the other day. Ah, cars. He's a car guy. Ah, yes, the aerodynamic design of their vehicles is quite impactful. I'm sure we can expect wonderful things from them in the next race. Yeah, no kidding. They'll be real contenders for sure. Still, Etos is in pretty top form this season. Wouldn't be surprised if things ended in a draw. Seems there's much to ponder upon in the world of racing, isn't there? Well, that was certainly unexpected. I didn't think he'd be so friendly. Yeah, guy's definitely not your usual priest, but that's why people respect him so much. It's always a joy to talk with the people of Old Town. You get a chance to take a look into their lives, their struggles, their worries, and then helping them with those feelings is all the more rewarding. Feel free to visit whenever you like. I always look forward to speaking with you. I wonder if he will continue to have interesting conversations. The shop is not enabled. Hey Van, you here for a xipha tune-up? Yeah, it was, but now it doesn't seem like the best time. Yeah, sorry about that. We're in the middle of doing some maintenance on our equipment. We've been getting a lot of requests to work on those T-phones recently, so we figured it might be time to update our gear. T-phones? Aren't those the xiphas adapted for civilian use? I was thinking, like, why don't they just, like, mass distribute xiphas that aren't, like, used for spamming arts? But, look, they already answered it for me. Yep, they're not more than a mobile phone for the average Joe, though. Still, they've been selling like hotcakes ever since they released. Got that right. Although, now you think about it, you don't really see too many in Old Town, huh? Well, either way, you've got a good number of repair requests for the things already. We just need to be prepared for the inevitable flood. Stanley's factory. I guess they're as skilled as the rumors claim. Yeah, they practically got all the other repair shops beat. Looks like we have to drop in some other time, though. Sorry for the inconvenience. We should be finished by the end of the day, though. Why don't you stop by then? I think I can clean these parts with some liquid solvent. Yeah, you'll be spick and span in no time. Seem awfully chipper today, Rebecca. Van? What's he doing here with someone so pretty? Don't worry about her. She's just a little shy. She's much more comfortable around machines than people. Well, people are just so scary, you know? And when there's so many of them out during the day, I could pass out just thinking about it. I see. She uses all her free time to focus on her craft. Well, she definitely gets the job done, that's for sure. By the way, you remember Kaina from Cray Village, right? She's a technician just like me. Apparently she lives in Edith now. She even got a job at the Tree and Mall's Vern store. So incredible. It must be really hard, especially getting a job out there. I can never do something like that. It feels like I'm gonna pass out just thinking about it. So we're gonna be seeing her over that way. I do not remember what her name is because I do not have that good of a memory with all of these names.
In the mud. An early morning sauna trip doesn't sound half bad.
I got the hint. We can make a quick stop. You won't be any help if you're still half asleep.
Fine then. I'm gonna take a dip.
Like, I remember the subplots. Like, these two were the idols. Hey, it's you two. Oh, Elaine, and you're the Spriggan, right? In the flesh, and you're those other girls. With you? Sure has been a while. You both look like you're doing well. What brings you to the area? We heard there was a bathhouse here that does wonders for your energy. We've really been putting the hours into our practice, so we figured it might be nice to refresh ourselves before our next performance. That's some smart thinking. Now listen up. Make sure you start with 3 sets of... Don't start, Van. They're just here to relax. Hey, do you think they're... It's none of our business, Lulua. Anyway, we only get to perform so much because we get lots of support from our fans. If you guys have time, we'd really appreciate it if you came to watch us. I don't see why not. We'll be there. Yeah, for sure. Enjoy the sauna. We don't come to Old Town very often, but you guys have some pretty interesting shops, huh? Maybe we should do a few quick rounds before we head back. We might even find some inspiration for a song. You know, idol culture is still kind of new to the mainstream. We've been putting in all this work with so little to show for it. But thankfully, we've been getting invited to perform more ever since last year's concert. That's why we've been taking the time to relax and recover our energy. We need to be able to give it our best. Is family doing well after the last few months? Oh, you're from Arcade Solutions, right? I'd like to thank you again for helping my son last year. Our family's been making a real effort to be more honest with each other lately. It's done wonders for our relationship. Well, I'm glad to hear it. There's no need to thank us, though. After all, it sounds like you're the ones who've been putting in the work. We sure have. By the way, Curtis decided he would like to take the Artemis entrance exam in the future. We're a bit worried he'll overdo it, but we mean to do everything we can to support him. We only want what's best for him. It sounds like she's taking this quite seriously. Yeah, guess we should cheer him on as an alumni, huh?
Alrighty.
We think it's best if Curtis makes decisions about his future on his own from now on. Of course, we do worry, but we intend to continue supporting him in whatever way we can. I only want what's best for my boy. Well, perhaps Father Nikolai will have some advice. If I'm going to guess, if you do not do the side quest, they still resolve their differences and things come back together. It's just that the whole Curtis taking drugs subplot maybe doesn't happen, or at least isn't spoken about. I feel like I just heard like a loud click. Huh. Oh, you're from Arcade Solutions? You heading out for some work? You know, I've been helping Zora out with the morning housework lately. I'm sure my employees won't mind if I'm a little late to the office. I mean, I'm the one in charge, aren't I? Plus, it lets me spend more time with Curtis. Gotta take care of the whole family, right? Curtis is still as prideful as ever, though. He told me this morning he's not giving up on going to Aramis. Well, I suppose I'll just have to make sure he doesn't overdo it. Sup? Alright, I think my test score should be about here now. But I'm still barely passing in this subject. No, Curtis, now's not the time to throw in the towel. You can do this. Qualifiers tomorrow. My evaluation needs to be spotless this time. I know a lot's been going on lately, but I've decided I'm going to take the Artemis entrance exam after all. I mean, I am pretty smart. Why not go all the way to the top? Although I did just barely make the requirements. I'm curious. I want to try to lining up the bookshelf, or at least something with a good enough contrast. I want to see if there's a decent amount of stair stepping. Oh yeah, I can still see it. It's not as noticeable when you're fully in motion, but if you're holding still, you can notice it. Especially if you adjust the camera only very slightly. What's up, Huck? How's it going? Oh, Van, and you're... Isn't this man a well-known economist? I believe I've seen him in the news before. Huh. Well, it's an awfully beautiful day out, don't you think? Perfect for Mahjong. Really makes you want to put your heart and soul into the game. Such a blatant attempt at changing the subject. Guess those rumors about him being work-averse are true. Yeah, the business world makes him out to be this all-knowing genius when he's really just some goofy old guy. And here I thought you came to introduce me to yet another beautiful young lady. Wait, you're not under arrest, are you? No, and why are you assuming she'd catch me anyway? He's quite funny, isn't he? And I'm glad to see they're on such good terms. Never would have expected that. I see they're all playing with blank Mahjong pieces still. Good to see that hasn't changed. Welcome! Oh, what's this? Don't tell me. Nice job, Van. You just take as much time as you need. What the hell are you getting at? We're just passing by before work, alright? Of course, I totally understand. Not like a good wash before getting down to business, huh? I'd hate to put any more on your plate, Elaine, but I'd really appreciate you keeping old Van here from making too much mischief. Leave it to me. Have a little faith in me, would ya? Oh, come on, you know I'm just teasing. Anyway, I'm sure you guys must have some jobs to get to. Since you're here and all, why not enjoy a soak? Our baths are as refreshing as ever, you know. That sounds like a wonderful idea. The achievement section of the main menu is now unlocked. Because you can visit the sauna in every chapter, and there's an achievement for it, so you do it anyway. Press LT to open the shortcuts menu. From there you can access the party achievements menus. Oh, really? Oh, that is so nice. I love that. And we get a vitality droplet out of it. Sweet. 20 more HP per Van. Been feeling pretty happy thanks to all these new customers we've had lately. Anyway, you said you were just passing by before work, but Elaine's in her cities, isn't she? Something smells fishy. Yeah, whatever. Just take your time and relax, okay? Baths will do wonders for your energy.
Stepping inside?
200 mira for a dip. It is the same track.
That's the stuff.
Same line, different take.
A breather was just what I needed.
On top of the world.
It's basically the exact
Get
same
warmed up
cutscene.
enough?
Anyway, collect. And chug. Alright, we're done here. Let's move. Riverside.
Well then, shall we?
And let's see how everybody else is doing here. I saw the people pop in, you can't fool me game. All the ghosts. Why are we not taking Van's truck? Well, here we are. I've been here in a couple months. Last time was when we were knocking a few back with Renee over at Bermati's. Yeah, so it was nice that our schedules happened to align for once. I can't recall the last time we had done something like that. Yeah, me neither. Hopefully we can do it again sometime. That'd be nice, but at this point in our lives, free time's a rare commodity. Man, this place is so peaceful. Hard to believe such a violent incident took place here a few days ago. Apparently a little spat between gangs escalating to a case of manslaughter. This place being so close to Old Town and all, I've been making sure to keep my ear to the ground. Yes, that's a story that was fed to the public. However, the police, the runner girl, what's her name? Stelma, I think? The police and guild suspect it may be related to this serial killer case. The scene of the crime is in the underground maintenance tunnel, just past the entrance. Got it. So it's connected to one of Giacomo's old haunts, huh? Looks like the area's been picked clean for the most part, but yeah, there's something fishy about that place. I can smell it. Well, before we head over there, let's drop by Bermati's. I want to ask him about the case. That's fine. Shall we then? Complete the current objective to proceed with the story. Understood. Go everywhere else but that objective marker.
My stall has the best dishes around.
Welcome! You carrying some tacos today? How about some of our sides? Primo's been awfully worried about our menu lately. She's actually done a lot of work to flesh it out a little. It's all been pretty well received so far. Guess I've got no room to complain, even if she does go for the more comfort food side of things. Primo's been spending more time out... spending some time trying out what the other stands are selling. If you see her around here and there, don't worry about it. She says she can't just rest whenever she knows it's a place she hasn't sampled yet. That girl. Damn it, Shino, where the hell do you run off to now? Get scared because you saw how great our tacos are doing? Well, you can't hide forever, you hear me? And who's this guy that took your place? He's selling roasted chestnuts. Whatever, he doesn't look all that experienced anyway. I guess he is starting to get a lot of attention. Not on my watch. He will not be relinquishing our title as the #1 food stall in Riverside. What's his name is selling stuff now? He's still wearing his gang outfit. Why?
My dishes are simply
Cooking
to die
items.
for.
Yeah, we're pretty much well aware that we get gourmet stuff. But we're eventually going to run out of money.
seeing you again in the very near future. Yeah, it's really nice.
We're better in Riverside.
He's changing his
Who wants some
ways.
roasted chestnuts?
Eddie, that's his name. Huh? A customer? Man, and I only just finished my prep work too. Okay, well the chestnuts are ready, so just give me a moment, alright? Wait a second. What are you doing here? This is son of the lady who runs the general store in Old Town, right? What's up? Working hard lately? I thought I remembered you selling roasted chestnuts last year. Looks like you made a whole business out of it. Yeah, I guess. So you happy when customers like my product, you know? And it can be kind of fun to figure out how to sell it all to them. If I could just manage to save up a little, I could finally repay my old lady for taking care of me all these years. Oh well, it's nice to see filial sons, don't you think? Your mom must be real proud. I do not know the word filial. I am Googling that real quick. Filial. Of or due from a son or daughter. So basically it's yeah. Interesting. It's just meant to be like a son who is I guess devoted is sort of the right word. It has like a few different meanings that all qualify for the definition. Essentially, he wants to pay his mother back, and that's what that word covers. Well, it's not like that. I'm just doing it to get rid of all my debts to her. I getcha. It's hard to admit how much you love your mom. No, it's not difficult. I love my mom. These two are something else. Don't say a word to her, alright? Anyway, just because I left the gang doesn't mean I'm some mama's boy now.
What's it gonna be? Later.
Thanks to the chestnuts. Lottie. Alright, that should be enough for today's shopping. Man, biking makes everything so easy. You know, come to think of it, I didn't see Selma. Didn't I see Selma out running again? Guess even winter doesn't stop her, huh? I'm impressed. Winter, huh? Dude in the t-shirt and vest. Maybe I should get her something as a reward. Although we don't have like an actual measurement of how cold it actually is here. We only really see snow on like mountains, really. Like, is Ymir the only place Ymir's the only place I can really think of that actually has snow, isn't it? Oh look, let me just got a weird thing here. There we are. Concert hall. Seems like they're only open at night. Damn, we can't go to the shop. Ruining moment.
It's actually warm out.
Is that door there new? Maybe this was blocked off and we weren't able to go there before.
Perfect weather for fishing.
What's going on? Gannon. Man, fishing really is the best. Wonder what I'll catch today. Just make sure you don't fall in the river again, alright? Well, this is a first. You normally only find old geezers fishing out here. Oh, you got the bug too? Or maybe you're an experienced angler, aren't you? Me personally, I'm just a beginner. Only got my start thanks to Makino here. Well, he certainly knows his way around a fishing rod. I remember you used to invite me and Renee on your trips to the lake when we were kids. Oh yeah, guess we did do that, huh? I'll do whenever the itch hits, but I haven't really had much of a chance lately. That's no good. Fishing's one of the highlights of life. Actually, my grandfather runs a bait and tackle shop here in Eden. Here, take this. He ordered an overstock of supplies recently. Nice, we can fish. While I appreciate the freebies, I probably won't have to use it anytime soon. That's alright, just keep it for whenever the urge hits you. By the way, we put up pictures of all our catches on our socials. We go by the name Piscatorial Party. On social media, huh? Yes, I have heard a lot of people use it as a place to show off their hobbies. Fishing groups seem to be quite popular on social media lately, particularly those from the Empire and Liberl. I think the Republic still views fishing as something best left to the professionals, however. Yeah, it can be a bit of a bummer sometimes, but that's what makes finding new fishing buddies such a treat. You'll join us, won't you? Well, I guess I don't mind. I'll go ahead and keep the gear then. Maybe I should try my hand at it again. Fishing has been unlocked in the notebook. Press left trigger and A to switch to fishing mode. So it's not in specific spots, it's just if there's a source of water nearby? Interesting. I'm guessing then it might be restricted to maps, except for very specific fish. You can see what fish are likely to appear at the selected point. Oh, okay, there we go. That's what it is. Well, what you're telling me is that we now have the fishing bug, and we can catch a ton of fish. Well, yeah, your name's Van, right? I look forward to fishing with you. And if you're interested, make sure to check out our socials. Guess Shannon's really got you in her sights. Oh, and before I forget, my grandmother's shop is over in Center Marché. If you ever need any more supplies, go ahead and pop on by, yeah? Alright, thanks. Fish.
Let's do this thing.
Oh, it actually shows you the probability. I like that. Gives you a little bit of control. So like, over there, we're more likely to get that fish. So let's see if we can get it. And there's different baits that likely change up the type of fish that you get as well. How does the minigame work? When a fish takes the bait, an exclamation point will appear. From there, press A to hook the fish. If you fail to hook the fish fast enough, you'll lose the bait.
That's it!
Alright. Use the left stick to find the angle, and then press A at the right time to reel the fish in. If you press A outside the best angle area 3 times, or the rig gets off to 0, it'll escape. Okay. So... Oh, I see.
Crap.
I see. Okay, I see. We are not losing our bait.
Let's do this thing. That's it.
But yeah, that is kind of interesting how the minigame works. But now I got an idea. Bam. 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 Got it.
Nice, I got one.
I can't wait for the hard ones. So most likely we'll be able to just go wherever we want. So
Let's do
we could try to see if there's a place that has the other fish that is more likely.
Let's do this thing.
I bet that a lot of the high probability points are like the same depending on map. So if you have a guide, you'd likely be able to find exactly what you're looking for. If we go up here, toss it down, and see if we find the other fish.
Let's do this thing.
So I would feel like if the other fish was somewhere, it would be on this side of the bridge. And it doesn't look like there's any place where it's much more likely. So I say we just try one where it's even. See if we can get that other fish. Wait a minute. There's a new fish right there. Interesting.
There. That's it. Nice, I got one.
Aw, that's not what I wanted.
There.
It's not a JRPG unless you have a fishing mini game.
Nice, I got one.
Carp. So we didn't get the rare one. I want to try to get the rare one. If we don't get it with the next few things, then we'll just call it from there. Oh, whoops. I forgot. I am a salty boy. I will not lose my bait.
Let's do this thing.
Where is it? There it is.
There. That's it. Think I caught me a
Oh,
rare
nice.
one.
Hey, that's like the actual rare one. That's awesome. And it's a rainbow fish, so we get a bunch of sepia.
Let's do this thing.
Let's see if we can get the middle one.
Crap.
Dang it. Good thing I saved. I seem to just, like, zone out and forget that we have to actually try to,
Let's do this thing. There.
we actually have to initiate the tug and start reeling it in.
That's it. Nice. I got one.
It's not it. Try it again.
There. That's it. Nice. I got one.
That wasn't what I was looking for, but okay. We have one more bait.
There. That's it. Nice. I got
It's
one.
not it. We are loading our save until we get the remaining one.
Let's do this thing. There.
If we just happen to get an extra
That's
rainbow
it.
trout, I'll take it, but we want that one fish.
Nice.
Perfect.
I got one.
We want one of everything. Now we got one of everything. We talked to everybody else on the other side first. What's up, Selma? I'm gonna lose so much weight like this. Then, I'll finally get myself a boyfriend. Well, they say that, but someone's already caught my eye. Wait, no, Lottie's just a friend, Selma, a friend. I mean, it'd be great if we were closer, but I don't want to cause problems. Go for it. I guess Lottie went out shopping again, huh? Now, seriously, stop it. Just focus on your running for now. What's going on over here? There is an underpass to the Blacklight District up ahead, but we don't have any business there right now. Understood.
Praise be to Arusha.
Welcome to our humble temple. Here you can worship in the same manner as those from the Central East. Though it may differ from how many practice in Edith, our faith remains the same wherever you go. That's right. Guess I have heard there's a lot of variety in the Septian Church. Indeed, in the Central East, Adios is worshipped as Arusha, the winged goddess, but in the East, she's referred to as the Heavenly Mother. I suppose I have seen a lot of people of Central Eastern descent in the capital. Imagine this must be a sort of gathering place for them. It glads the heart to hear how familiar you two are with our culture. After all, understanding begets connection, does it not? That's why our doors are always open to those unfamiliar with our ways of worship. Many offered their prayers here last year. The tragedy at Cray Village. We did all we could to help those affected by it. To think such shadows can form in the hearts of men. We're hoping to rebuild with the funds we receive from both Elsium and Valis, but it's difficult to imagine when we'll have the ability to do so. Well, as long as we keep moving forward little by little. And Sunday school? Oh, good afternoon. We were just about to start our lessons for today. We may primarily teach children of Central Eastern descent here. We also teach the neighborhood children as well. They're all wonderful, honestly. I just know they'll grow into the kindest adults. With my help, of course. I did my homework today. I usually forget, but Rooney came by to remind me this morning. I don't know if I got any of the answers right, but at least I did them. I feel that. Today, we're learning about the history and culture of Elsang. I'm not personally of Central Eastern descent, but I have lots of friends who are, like Lolo and Earl. There's a lot of interesting stories that come from that region too, so I've been having plenty of fun with it all. I just need to remember to take notes so I can talk it over with those two. The Principality of Elsang is to the south of the Republic, is a nation with a long and storied history. They've been allies to the Republic for a long time too. Actually, I think I've seen their crown prince on the capital on occasion. I guess we are pretty close, huh? He just likes goofing off. Other curious classes are so interesting. The ones back in Elsang were never any fun. I think I'm kinda used to the Republic now, and I made some friends too. Yeah, Sunday school's the best. Is the date actually Sunday? It is a Friday. Sunday school is the best on a Friday. Why do they have dialogue again? Oh yeah, your name's Van, right? I'm bored of fishing with you. Here are socials. Huh. Maybe I talked to them before I saved. Anyway, the car shop. Shut. Are you serious? Of all the days to sleep in, you just had to choose today. And now you want to get your car washed? Hey, it's C1 race day. You can't just show up with a dirty car, man. Don't worry so much, Shades. I'm sure we'll still make it in time. Just gonna move on, would you?
Streets around the Grand Circuit appear to be
Missing somebody. What's up, Bradley? Working hard? Hey, Van. How's the tune-up feeling? Suspension any stronger? Yeah, feels load safer now. Thanks for doing that. Just remember not to go customizing your car all willy-nilly again. Don't want to lose out on any power after all. And if you can't resist switching things out, at least make sure you know what you're getting into. Understood, boss. As for you, young lady, got any problems with your car, just let old Bradley deal with it. Thank you, I'll keep it in mind. Wait, what? How do you know Bradley? We met while I was working on another case. He's quite skilled at his job. Well, he did used to work for Ingrid after all. He's practically a font of mechanical knowledge. That girl, why is she always taking off when we're at our busiest? Oh, that's right. Today's race day, I know. I don't usually care what she's up to, but all I know is she better not come home begging for new car mods.
Can I help you?
Sell him the Ingert wallet. Might as well buy it.
Come again.
And now I am poor. That covers everything. Let's go talk to Bramati.
Well, if it isn't Van and... Oh, Elaine too.
Sup? Been a while.
Nice to see you again, Bramati.
Bartender Bramati.
And it's always a pleasure to see you. It's been some time since I've seen you both together like this. Wait, could it be that you're dating?
No.
And you didn't think to tell me? Oh, shame on you both.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it's not like that.
You're letting your imagination get the best of you. Again. Anyway, you got a sec? We have a couple of questions for you.
That means Bramati still has a chance to get banned.
I assume it's related to that incident? Very well. Pull up a chair. There's something that's been bothering me about the whole affair as well.
Smoky.
A copy of that video came to my place, courtesy of Kincaid. What happened was terrible, no doubt. And who would have thought the rumored serial killer would turn out to be a vicious monster?
I'm sure you're well aware that Guild and the CID have pegged you as the culprit. Why they think so is beyond me. Perhaps that has something to do with the incident in Tharbad or the strange happenings in the capital 2 months ago. Yeah, it's complicated. And there are other parties involved besides me, so honestly, I'm not sure how much I'm at liberty to say. Sorry, I know our usual bit involves more give and take, but we could really use some info. Mind doing me a solid here? Oh, very well. I would say what's a secret between us seedy types, but I suppose even we have one or two we'd rather keep under our hats. But remember, if you ever need someone to confide in, my door's always open. Thank you, Bramati. You're a real one, man. Now then, here's all I know about the incident 3 days ago. It happened right here in Riverside, so naturally I looked into the matter. I learned it transpired at the same time when the power went out here. Wait, you had a power outage? Indeed I did. All orbital-related facilities in the store were affected. The lights, fridge, jukebox, everything stopped all at once. As you can well imagine, it caused quite a stir, even apart from the incident. That's strange. Shouldn't those devices be operating independently? Yeah, it should be impossible for them to all shut down simultaneously. That is, unless it was some kind of outside interference like with what happened in Liberl that one time over half a decade ago. The outage was over just as soon as it started, so it wasn't widely reported. But I still did some digging and found out every place in the surrounding area had similar outages. I'd yet to determine the cause, but regardless, I find the whole affair rather suspect. Can't say I blame you. Well, if I find out anything about this, you'll be the first to know.
Thanks for the help, Bramati. I owe you one.
No, perish the thought. What else are friends for? I owe Elaine very much, so I'll support her however I can.
Yeah, not bad.
Why, thank you.
Can we use the jukebox? No, we cannot use the jukebox. It's always a pleasure to see you two working together. And to think your relationship is thriving once more. Make sure you don't mess up this time, Van. Can you stop already?
Order whatever you like.
Oh no. We can't afford both of these. I'm gonna have to sell something. Costs 160. Perfect.
Aww, leaving so soon.
And Coconut and her manager, right? Yes. Why can't I think of anything? Running battle scenes is the worst. Just what am I doing with my life anyway? Miss Coconut, pull yourself together. Oh no, it's happening again. You're our most popular artist right now. Please, even if we only have your name. Okay, how about this? We end the chapter. And bam! Bravely Legends will be taking to the underground for its next arc. And that means I need to do some research. Therefore, the comic will be on hiatus for the foreseeable future. It's genius. Is this the first time we've heard the actual title of the comic? It's Coconut. You'd really go that far? Alright, understood. I'll do everything in my power to support you. Wait, what? 2 heads are better than 1 after all, so what are we researching? Miss Coconut's a best-selling comic book artist. Ask any kid here what Bravely Legends is, and they'll tell you. She goes by a male pen name, though, so nobody actually knows who she really is. Please don't tell anyone else, alright? Why would you tell us? We haven't done any 4 SPGs for you yet. Don't you think you're looking a little intense there, Cronin? Seriously, you don't have to worry about me. I'll be fine. Well, we're a team, aren't we? With 2 of us, we'll have your research finished in no time. There goes my chance for time off. Alright, to the underground. This is where we'll finally be able to earn our money back.
There's Deswani and Elvis. Let's hit them up with some cues.
Figured I'd check the ornament section.
Your ornament, are you?
Dang it. He sold his xipha for one that doesn't have all the slots opened, and so did she.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
And we can't change out hollow cores.
That's a single element slot.
And we don't have any additional sepet. Gonna have to earn that.
I see you're hard at work as always, Alvis.
Same goes for you, Inspector.
Racer Albus.
Elaine, aren't you off duty today? Wait, what's he doing here?
There's the attitude I always know him for.
Did you have some business with us, Spriggan?
Nah, I'm just here to gawk while the A-rank bracer lady does her stuff.
So, Elaine, why are you with him on your day off?
Pained smirk / smile.
Hmm? Well, I have something I need to check up on, and I asked him to accompany me. Don't worry, I won't let him do anything that goes against our code.
No, that's, not exactly what I mean.
Ooh, I feel for you, man.
Don't pity me.
And you have somebody else that's actually interested in you, you know. I had done a sweep of this area as part of the guild's investigation at the incident, but I'd like to take another look. Would that be a problem? Guess news of that Hercules incident has started making the rounds. Fine, I'm not going to turn down a request from an A-rank bracer. Bear in mind, though, that the site has been mostly cleaned up already. I'd be interested to hear what you make of this case, Arkwright. Sure thing, Inspector. Follow me, you two. Darkness illuminated by shadows. Still so much blood left over. It's already been 3 days. It's not like they could have covered it all up. I imagine it must have been a terrible scene. There were 3 victims. To say their bodies were in bad shape would be the understatement of the year. They were crushed by some extraordinary power, then torn limb from limb. At least that's the impression I get. I've seen a lot of murder scenes, but this might be the worst one yet. There's no way a human could have done all this. I won't believe it. Gotcha. So, have you identified the victims? Barely had anything to identify. All we could glean from what little was left was that they were part of some organized crime groups. There's no proof that a transaction transpired beforehand. Well, there goes the deal that went up in smoke, theory. This is a tough one. I wonder the investigation stalled. Chards. What did he just... Honestly, I'm not convinced there were only 3 victims here. Wait, what? Look, there's a stain over there. Here. Looks like something brushed up against this spot. How did it get here? It's kinda hard to see, but there's some blood mixed into it. There's also a faint trail along the tracks over there. It might have been from another victim fleeing the scene. Maybe he hightailed it out of here when his friends were being slaughtered. But wait, do you seriously think there's another victim? But they were all killed, weren't they? Why are you so confident that you're right? Trade secret. Anyway, the part about him taking flight's just a theory, but I'm positive that's blood over there. I'll trust your instincts then. I'll call forensics and have them come by immediately. If Joe's a survivor, he'll be an important witness. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I might have just derailed their investigation a bit. More than just a bit, I'd say. I can't say I expected the possibility of a survivor. I'm assuming that trade secret of yours was a tech you received from Rosette. Bingo. Forgot I told you about it. Before the start of the new year, she asked me to give it a test run, so I used it every once in a while. Works pretty well. That'll be long before it becomes standard issue. Well, I suppose it came in handy this time at least. Thanks to that, we found a very important clue. Maybe it'll come in handy throughout the rest of our investigation. Well, we have a new weird menu ability. Alright, I think we've learned all we could from Riverside. Next place on the agenda is Grand Circuit. We can depart whenever you're ready. Okay. Travel menu. So I'm guessing that this way is disabled. Yep. Okay. So there really were survivors? Damn. Well, we better find them before it's too late. I'll reach out to Hazel and everyone else at the Bracer Guild. Please do. Thank you, Albus. And as for you, Spriggan, we appreciate the help, but don't go getting all uppity about it. And don't think for a second that my opinion of you has changed. Yeah, I hear ya. Can't say I'm happy taking advice from somebody outside the force, but thanks for the help. We'll get those bloodstains analyzed right away. Hopefully they'll be able to shed some light on what really happened. Guessing we can't whack those. Nope, we cannot whack those. Well, we can just fast travel to Grand Circuit. Let's get out of here.
Let's be on our way.
This is our first time in this area. Hooray. Hard-boiled shortcake. February 20th, 11 a.m., 12th District, Grand Circuit. So, this is the Grand Circuit. I'm sure you're no stranger to this place, well, with your passion for all things car-related. I drop by to catch a race every now and then, yeah. I also come here during my rounds since people post 4 SVGs here. Did you hear there's gonna be a Grand Prix exhibition race today? Yes, I read about it in the Tyrell Times. They said Maxim Lugan will be taking part. Then it'll be a damn good show. You know, it's hard to imagine a bunch of murders taking place among all this beautiful hustle and bustle. Yet, that's exactly what happened, and only 2 weeks ago at that. The actual scene of the crime is in a back alley a little ways away from here. Well, 2 weeks have passed between then and now, so I doubt we'll find as many clues as we did in Riverside. Never know till you try. That's a rock climbing wall. Interesting. In any event, let's head to the street on our left. It's over in that general area. There's a lot of just stuff in this area. Is the rock climbing wall interactable?
That climbing wall looks like fun. I do wish it were a little taller, though.
I think it's tall enough as is. Not everyone's as fit as you are, you know.
Ralph. Bouldering, huh? It's like rock climbing, but in a more controlled environment. I'm not sure that a couch potato like me would have much fun with it, though. Looking to do some bouldering? Just checking with me. It doesn't matter how in or out of shape you are. Everybody's welcome. We got multiple plans geared toward different fitness levels, so stop on by and work up a healthy sweat. It's behind there. It's a random chest. Why is there a random chest here? What in the world is this? Couldn't say, but it's bizarre as all hell. Why is it here in the middle of the city? I don't suppose it's an explosive device. I'm not getting away with anything dangerous. Looks like it's fitted with some sort of orbital locking mechanism. That's all the protection it's got. I might actually be able to get it open. Oh, by what means? Marduk gave me a little trick for this kind of thing. Might as well give it a shot. It's called a lockpick. Chests with orbital locks. Certain treasure boxes are equipped with orbital locks that can only be opened via hacking. While hacking, you'll switch to a mode where you control Mare through an orbital maze. The difficulty of the maze depending on the security level. As story progresses, items you missed may be placed in bargain bins. Okay. So we have another minigame. Okay.
Access granted. I'm going in.
Navigate through with left stick. If you come within range of the defensive unit, it will be returned to the starting... Oh, it's like... It's stealth. Okay. Interesting. And we can only move 1 square at a time. Alright. Input the code before the yellow meter runs out. Press Y to input the code. To make an error, you have to start the code from the beginning.
That's a good law. Now do me a nose sweat.
Understood.
I've got control of the system.
Arts driver get. Fledging hacker. Open a treasure chest with an orbital lock. And we get 2 SP. Sweet. I see, so it's a hacking system that uses a holo as an avatar. Or perhaps I should call it a feature specific to your holo in particular. Yeah, it renders the protection of as a virtual space, and disables it through a specialized procedure. I never tried it before, though. Thought I didn't embarrass myself. Sigh, your tricks of the trade never fail to surprise me. Just try not to use them for anything illicit. On a separate note, what do you suppose this was doing here in the first place? Good question. Almost feels like they wanted somebody to crack it. Doesn't seem dangerous, though, so we can take on any others we find down the road, too. Not a speck of prudence in you, is there? Well, it's not hurting the people, so...
Come on in and eat your fill.
Fair weather days like these are the perfect time for an afternoon beer. How about it, you two? Grab a seat and I'll treat you to a round. Believe me, I'd be down if we weren't on the clock. Perhaps we can stop by for a drink some other time.
My stuff can't be beat.
Do I sell the Zerum powder? Just at the start of the game, so I have enough money to buy everything that I need? Or at least a little bit. We need like 400. We don't really use these. I'll sell this, and we can buy these, and we need 80 more. Like at least selling the heal bombs or replacing it with these food items.
I'll be waiting for you.
And none of these are meals, so we can use them mid-battle. The girls at the racetrack all have figures to die for. I know it probably takes a lot of unseen effort to maintain them, but that doesn't make me any less jealous. So all these are new people. I don't recognize any of these names. Don't ask how, but the sound of Z1 cars roaring around the track makes a good beer makes a good beer that much tastier. A symphony of cars vying to outpace the pack. You couldn't ask for better background music.
Welcome to the official Z1 shop.
I've never seen a Z1 car that was anything less than gorgeous. Form follows function. And the function here is speed, speed, and more speed. The result, peak mechanical beauty.
Here at the Grand Circuit
Martin.
Gift Shop, you can find
Trains
all
are my favorite vehicle. That's why I started collecting models of them. But now that I get a better look, the Model Z1 cars are pretty cool too. My allowance isn't big enough for both though. Which do I go for?
We even have rare items that were used in actual races. So take your time and enjoy your visit.
The way things have been going, it was practically guaranteed that I would inherit Ethos someday. But it's all been fouled up now. It only makes sense that my grandfather was let go, but did they really have to oust my father from the board of directors too? I think this guy's the grandson of Edpus's former president. Wait a minute.
Here at the Grand Circuit Gift Shop,
Isn't this the guy who's cleaning, like he was stuck cleaning the hotel in Crossbell and Reverie to pay stuff back? That was that guy, isn't it? You mean Mr. Dalty? After what happened in Aracion, both he and my father were unseated from their positions. But for his grandson to be working here of all places, perhaps this is his way of gaining some real-world experience. I'll pretend I know the details, but that's probably not too far off. The part that truly confounds me is the way my uncle became Edpus's new president. All his claims about being an immigration advocate from the start, that was the first I'd ever heard of it.
Free to look around.
But I gotta say, always loved to see returning NPCs, especially considering he was around... Did he first show up in Zero or Azure? He showed up in one of those games. Also, I'm selling the Zerum powder. We can go without it. We gotta collect our gear.
Come back whenever.
The Zerum powder was a bonus item anyway, so... Thought I saw an extra dot to the left. This way. It's Damien. Huh, Lucio can't pull off a suit for shit. Hey, give him a break. He's making the best of it. Yeah, no matter how far Lucio falls, our bond is high. Oh, it's the High Bloods. I had the completely wrong guy. Who knows, maybe I'm not wrong, but I don't know. The High Bloods. Man, my memory is so bad. When it comes down to it, he's the only one who can lead us. True enough. We're pals, and pals don't leave each other behind. Anyway, good to see them again, even if I couldn't remember them.
Classic date spot. This one's pretty popular since you can see the whole racetrack from the top.
I suppose
Grand
that makes
wheel.
sense. It's not really pertinent to our investigation, though.
Welcome to the Grand Circuit's feature attraction, the Ferris wheel. Wouldn't it be the actual racetrack over there? Its main draw is the overhead view you get of the entire racetrack. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll set you up with a gondola. Gotta admit, I'm tempted. Oh, and who would you invite along for the ride, pray tell? Adamant. I don't care what any of you say. Red Star simply can't be beat. I beg to differ, and Gert is heads and shoulders above the rest. No way, it's gotta be Etwist. They're the best bet, hands down. Vending machine. Unsweetened canned coffee. Can of unsweetened coffee with a deep, pleasantly bitter aroma. Guarana milk. A habit-forming drink that effectively pairs guarana and milk. Are you looking to purchase a ticket? That actually won't be necessary. Since all of today's races are exhibition matches, the speedway is open to the public right now. So, feel free to head in at your leisure. P1 Grand Prix awaits. Good to know, but we're not heading in there immediately. Oh, neat.
Whoops.
Ah. I kind of wanted to take a look at the actual racetrack. Later. Admission's free today, so we've had a lot more people coming in and out of the premises. That's why we've got more security than usual, too. Hey! It's, Giordano, right? Giordano? Phew, thank Adios you made it in time. I lost all hope when we hit that traffic jam. The shortcut you took was wild. Where'd you learn to drive like that anyhow? Yeah, Giordano. You can go with the kudos, brother. All I do is take the optimal route at the optimal speed to get you daddy-os where you need to go. Outside of that itty-bitty philosophy, I'm just your average cabbie, baby. Must have been fate that brought you into my seats. You ever need another ride? Giordano's got you covered, brother. Wow, he's one cool cat. Hey, long time no see, brother. On the towel with the gills creme de la creme? I'm not looking to poke my oars where they ain't welcome, but if you and Beauty's Blade over here need a lift, just stick out your thumb, dig? He knows too much. So the crime scene's just past here, yeah? Damn, must be blocked off for construction or something. Actually, the CID put this here to stave off any curious onlookers. The public was informed that there was a shootout between rival gangs. They found a few unidentified dissidents here, like in Riverside. Normally, I'd vote to bust this wall down and get ourselves in, but there's too many people around here. Besides, doubt there'll be many leftover clues to sniff out, like you said earlier. Well, we might learn something over at the Grand Prix. A lot of people come and go this way because of it. If we're lucky, we might find someone there who remembers what happened that night. I suppose we have nothing to lose at this point. You and Paulette are there now, yes? Why don't we check up on them? Sure, sounds good to me. Notebook. Open the notebook. There's a bunch of stuff
Exhibition
in there.
races are still open to the public, yes?
Yeah, but I think they're almost over.
Nobody's dialogue updated.
Welcome to the Grand Circuit.
Through the front door. Oh my ears, that's actually quite loud.
The winner of this exhibition race is Maxim Lugan. He has claimed victory in the prelude to this season's C1 Grand Prix Finals.
I wonder what the fuzzy text on this car says. Oh, that was rather exciting. I know they broadcast these on the radio and on the city screens, but it's much more engaging in person. Yeah, you said it. Guy's been on a roll lately. He's just getting better and better all the time. But he still can't afford to rest on his laurels, or he'll be left in the dust by this year's new rising star. The 1209 Grand Prix is gonna be an event to remember. I can feel it. It'll color me intrigued. Perhaps we'll keep an eye on the finals then. Alright, once things settle down a little, we can start casing the place. You got a few people just sitting around. Rodney. I'm really hoping we can secure a win for Ingrid this year. Atlas is really something though. Maxim Lugan won't be stepping down from his throne without a fight. Guess our pit crew's just gonna have to work that much harder.
Look forward to seeing the engineering prowess of the 4 major manufacturers get put to the ultimate
Easy enough to walk in between the aisles. Nice. Yes, I knew Maxim could do it. This year's championship title is as good as his. Oh, don't sound so sure of yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if Ingrid's rising star snatched the victory out from under him.
I'm so pumped.
Team Leno has been in a rut for several years now. In fact, they're already out of the running for this year's Grand Prix. Still, I'm the type who roots for the underdog more often than not. He'll be back with a vengeance one of these days. You can count on that. I'm going to grow to be a race car driver. And one day I can join Grandpa's favorite team and bring home the Grand Prix trophy for Leno. Let's look at the different NPCs here. On the slight off chance we see maybe somebody, but I highly doubt you would see much. Maxim used to drive for Red Star. That's where his nickname, the Red Comet, came from. But it wasn't until he left for Etwas that he became a breakout success. You can imagine why a Red Star picker like me isn't all that taken with them. Is Maxim Lugan the smoothest driver you ever seen, or what? With him behind the wheel, Etwas has this Grand Prix in the bag. We're gonna cheer him on, okay? Carlos. Maxim never loses his touch. But Ashland's made some real headway taking that second place spot. If there's one thing that gets a racer fired up, it's a worthy rival. I bet that boy is keeping Maxim on his toes. I've got a few more people to talk to. Oh, jeez. Not only kept me from seeing the first half of it, but boy, the rest of that race was incredible. Small wonder that a top contender like Maxim took first place. Man, I want to be just like him. Cam, you ever see anything go so awesome? Watching these Z1 cars from up close as we fall in love all over again. Got my blood pressure shooting up. Hey Yates, we're going for a joyride after this. Wait, what? You just want an excuse to put the pedal to the metal again, don't you? Yes. Oh man, that really got my heart racing. Feeling it too, Van? Wait, Van? Hey, I knew you'd come. Was that so exciting? They sure were cutting those corners real close. Well, he only managed to catch the last half, but what I saw was pretty great. That's the Red Comet for you. Hey, is he on a date? That lady seems like a real catch. Yeah, no kidding. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before, though. Don't be sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. So, Van's acquainted with this crew of street racers, is he? I do recall them lending a hand during last year's incident. They seem like good kids overall. Good, she doesn't know about the races. Oh, excuse me, miss. My name's Yennefer. Sorry to interrupt your date, but did you maybe want to watch the award ceremony with us? I appreciate the offer, but we have some business to take care of. Maybe we can catch up about the race after we're done, though. You did not correct her about the date part. There's been a new up-and-comer on the scene. A Central Eastern racer named Aslan. Even he's still a few steps behind Maxim Lugan, though. There's still time before the Grand Prix. How things will shake out in the end is anyone's guess. Alright, you may. I'll let dialogue time. I guess we'll probably end up talking with Maxim in a second. And there's Muriel.
Congratulations on getting first place again! You always make it look so effortless. Tell me, how do you manage to get win after win?
By being good. Being built different.
Ah, well, the years of training helps with that, but my secret sauce is the undying love and support I get from my fans.
I dedicate this victory to those wonderful angels in the stands.
2 in particular.
You've shot your way into my heart, Red Comet!
If only those girls knew what that dork is like when he isn't behind the wheel.
I'm sure Marielle, at least, is well aware.
You may.
Hi, Van. I didn't know you were here. Oh, and Elaine's here too. Hey!
Good afternoon, you two.
And Paulette.
Hello there. I don't often see the two of you together. Could it be?
Oh, we're just teaming up for a small job. That's all.
I was only able to catch the tail end of the race, but it was quite exhilarating, wasn't it?
Maxim was super cool. He went like zoom, zoom, and beat all those other guys.
I'll give the man this. When it comes to driving a car, he's in a class all his own. And that said, he's got some competition for once. There's an up-and-coming racer who might actually give him a run for his Mira.
It will certainly be interesting to see who comes out on top in the finals. If he's too focused on the stands rather than the track in front of him, like today, victory might slip between his fingers.
Wow, you're pretty hard on the guy.
Deservedly so.
I can't wait for the finals. I'm gonna cheer him on extra hard.
At least Yume's a fan.
I'm sure that will give him the push he needs.
On behalf of the sponsors, the trophy will be presented by a very special guest. The Princess of Alzheim, Zita Oswald!
Ah.
Congratulations, Mr. Lugan. That race was a sight to behold.
Yeah, so we have not seen her yet. I do feel like she was mentioned in the previous game once.
I'm very much
Or at
looking
least
forward to
referenced.
seeing how you'll fare in the finals.
Maybe not her name being said, but at least the princess part.
Well, I suppose I'll have to work twice as hard then. I wouldn't dare disappoint such a lovely young princess.
So she's related to, Prince Sharid.
She's a princess?
I don't see it.
Wow!
I didn't realize Prince Sharid had a sister.
I hear the Principality is investing heavily into this year's race. I forgot you had a sister. Isn't she a fair bit younger than you?
That's right, although her age belies her intellect. She has a quick wit and a sharp mind, neither of which I can hope to rival. I may be the heir to the throne, but that doesn't stop her from meddling in her hapless brother's affairs.
Yeah, I remember that she
I
was
think
referenced.
She's about 17 or 18 maybe, but I hear she's wise beyond her years.
It's an honor to greet the champion of the race in person. I truly feel like the luckiest girl in all the world. The dead heat at the end was quite nerve-wracking. I was on the edge of my seat. It reminded me of that famous scene from Perfect Driver 2.
Ah, so you saw that movie. Words cannot express how happy I am to hear that. Ooh, this is my chance to look cool in front of Yume and Paulette.
Don't.
The moment the studio offered me the part of Max, I felt as though the wheel of fate was at work. The character and I shared a number of commonalities, even beyond our similar-sounding names.
Ah, that's quite interesting. I'd very much like to hear more. They say you did all of your own stunts during your racing scenes. Is that true? Oh, and would you consider asking the producers to make Alzheim the filming location for the 3rd movie? I'd very much appreciate that.
Ah, she's buttering him up to get Alzheim some business.
What's with this girl? Her passion is overwhelming.
Oh, hey, could I get another interview? Maybe this time with both of you.
It looks like that'll drag on for a while. I think we'll go ahead and take our leave.
Not a bad idea. You've got a dinner rush to prepare for.
Hey, Mommy! Can we ride the Ferris wheel?
Of course, sweetie, but only once, okay? I'll see you both later.
All right. Goodbye for now.
Well, it'll be a pain, but we should probably stick around for a while longer.
Yes, we have work to do. Why don't we ask Marielle if she knows anything about this?
Huh? Hey, where'd Paulette go?
Wait, isn't that...
Oh, right. I heard about them from my brother.
Oh, great. Van stealing the show. After the award ceremony drew to a close, Van and Elaine met up with Marielle. They decided to have a little chat with her in the beer garden outside.
I never thought I'd run into you two here. Did you come to watch the race together?
We're here on business, actually. Van and I have a few questions for you. But first, let's catch up.
Why are you covering a Grand Prix race? I thought politics was more your speed. Entertainment column needed extra hands or something?
Actually, it was my call. I wanted to branch out and try something new. I need to expand my horizons if I ever want to catch up to him. Maybe someday, I can push the bar even higher. That's why I'm charging forward into unknown waters, full speed ahead!
You're just a bundle of energy, aren't you? Well, if you know what you want to do, I ain't gonna discourage you. Give it your all out there, all right? Make him proud.
I'll be rooting for you as well. We both have a lot to live up to, so let's keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks for the encouragement. Okay, that's enough about me. So, you mentioned you're here on business, right? Ooh, this might serve as inspiration for my next story. Let's hear it.
All right, here's the lowdown.
Ben and Elaine caught Marielle up to speed on the ongoing murder case.
So, the rumors were true. The police and the CID have been keeping a tight lid on the situation, but that hasn't stopped me from digging into it on my own.
Oh yeah? Well, that makes this easy for us.
Did your investigation bear any fruit?
I guess you could say that.
Hmm.
I, kinda, sorta, maybe ran into the culprit.
That's kind of important. Wait, what? Are you serious? You really ran into them? Well, irreverent laughter. Spooky music. Well, I'm not like 100% sure. I guess it's possible my mind was playing tricks on me. It all happened 2 weeks ago. I was covering the final qualifying round of the Z1 Grand Prix. For some reason, my camera was acting a little funny that day, so I left in a hurry to get it checked. And because I was in a rush, I took a route that, in hindsight, wasn't exactly the safest. Then I came face to face with a man wearing a black trench coat. He had his head pulled down over his eyes, so I couldn't get a good look at his face. But I realized immediately he was bad news. The moment I saw him, I was totally paralyzed from head to toe. While I was standing there, completely frozen in place, he walked right past me. When I was finally able to turn around, he was gone. The next morning, I heard there were bodies found near that very same passageway. The police told the press they were victims of a gang fight, but I didn't buy that for a second. That's why I started looking into it in my downtime. Sounds like you practically brushed shoulders with the culprit around the time of the incident. It's a wonder you're even alive right now. You really do have the devil's own luck, you know that? Too bad the victims didn't share your good fortune. Speaking of, I was looking into those unidentified bodies. Believe it or not, I was able to dig up a name. I think it was Desire or something. I feel like we've heard that name before. But yeah, those guys. We ran into them during one of our 4 SPGs last year. Oh yeah, those guys. They're a gang here in the capital that had ties to Almada. Those guys have been stirring the pot all over the place since the end of last year, apparently. We received numerous reports of violence, fraud, and acts of aggression on their account against other criminal entities. The guild has been keeping tabs on them as a result. From what I heard, they've been uncharacteristically quiet of late. Could it be they're involved in this case somehow? Do you really think so? The more I think on it, the more the pieces seem to fit together. Maybe. I still think it's too early to make any solid conclusions. Except for one thing. You need to steer clear of this case. Start poking your nose where it don't belong and you'll find yourself sleeping with the fishes real soon. Hey, why do you have to go and put that image in my head? Are you trying to give me nightmares? Okay, fine. I'll try not to cross the line of fire. I'll just tiptoe around the edges. I swear to Adios. I need to wrap this case up quickly for her sake. Recap, we learned 2 things. There was a survivor of the incident at Riverside, and Desire may be involved. What do you make of all this? Well, first I think it's a given that Desire's wrapped up in this somehow. Their friends were murdered here 2 weeks ago, so they were probably all up in arms and clamoring for revenge. I bet they charged headlong into Riverside 3 days ago to find the culprit and get their asses beat. We're still missing a few pieces of this puzzle, but the picture's becoming clearer. What we need right now is proof. So, why don't we pay Desire a little visit? Wait, you know where their base is at? I know its approximate location, yes. The guild has been gathering information on them for quite some time now. Their members are spotted in the 9th district. Wait, the Centre Marché? That's right. There's a strong chance their base of operations is located there. Now, let's say we find them and crash their little party. Now you're speaking my language. Centre Marché added. Alright, we got a few new people that obviously have new dialogue now that the pre is finished, maybe. I'm gonna take this chance to organize my notes from my interview just now. I plan to follow up on those serial murders, Muriel style. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the same girl who stumbled into a giant drone assault way back when. This time, I'm gonna do my darnest not to hold you or anybody else back. She's a lot more put together than last year for sure. Can't help but worry that she's 2 steps away from an obituary feature though.
Think I'll give it a try.
I guess it's just Yume and Paulette over here, right? Yeah. Yume seems to have enjoyed herself. It's good to know this little breather was worth it. You and Elaine are still on the job, right? Don't overdo it out there. For sure. You guys take care too. I'll be sure to stop by the bistro again when I can. Speaking of, that option is not available. The free time button. The Z1 was super cool, and so was Maxim. I was kind of worried since he always makes himself look bad at the bistro. He did pretty okay today though, so I'll keep cheering him on next time too. The champ himself heard you say that he'd probably break down in tears of joy. A bit lukewarm as far as praise goes, but at least he got to prove his dignity as a professional. First race that she's seen, I guess. Oh, we can't go to Riverside to talk to people. Alright.
Let's be on our way.
Next district. I believe this is where the fishing shop is, isn't it? It's like a farmer's market type deal. Market's bustling as ever. People are packed in here like sardines. Hardly surprised seeing as how this is the largest marketplace in the capital, and that's why it's popular with seedy types as well. I can't believe we're coming here together again after all these years. You're telling me. Feels like it was just yesterday when we were dropping by to pick up supplies for the student council. That bastard Renee just loved pushing that job onto me. I wasn't even a real member, damn it. I mean, you may as well have been one, considering how much work you ended up doing for us in the end. Alright, enough reminiscing. Gotta figure out where those Desire punks are holed up. Right, let's start by asking around. Catching a whiff of something here. Smells like trouble. Maybe I should check the bulletin board just in case. Event marker. Characters or locations with an event will have a marker on them. Yes. Might as well check the bulletin board. It is right here after all.
What to do?
A patisserie of ill repute. A new up-and-coming patisserie in Centre Marché by the name of Gâteau des Dunes has been the subject of an unseemly rumor recently. As a fellow vendor in the marché, I refuse to let the matter go unresolved. If you'd be willing to discuss this issue further, you'll find me at my stall. Penny. This board is a lot more well kept than the other boards we have looked at. We have opened the to-do list menu. We have unlocked the to-do list menu.
Let's see what we got.
Verb. Trying to see if I recognize any of these. Like the pictures. The one on the left looks like a statue of some kind rather than a rock formation. Anyway. The fishing goods store. Cancer. Probably more for the crab than the affliction. Wait, you guys look familiar. Oh, I remember you. We accepted a request of yours in Cray Village. You recover your stolen bike, right? Yeah, you really helped me out a lot back then. I believe I recall hearing about this from Alvis as well. Sounds like you've done a good turn for my grandson here. You have my gratitude. I mean, it wasn't much. I received a request and I fulfilled it. Simple as that. You know, I was actually just talking to a girl over in Riverside who's got a real big thing for fishing. Even managed to push a rod off on me. Mentioned something about you two being related. Oh, that must have been my younger cousin, Makino. Yep, that's my granddaughter, alright. I'm sure Shannon was with her too. He's a family friend. With those two and Kyle, they're the new generation's up-and-coming anglers. No kidding. I could practically smell their passion from blocks away. It's nice to see young people with so much drive. Make sure you take good care of that fishing rod Makino gave you. You should give it a try sometime too. If you ever want to give customizing it a go, stop by and I'll help you out. Customizing.
Anything you want?
You can purchase fishing gear at any shop that sells goods. So fishing gloves. Gives more time to hook a fish. Yes, please. And dumplings. 3-piece set of bait used to catch rare fish. We will buy one of those. Sold out. Oh. So regular fishing bait is not limited, but dumplings are. I'm guessing that would make like catching the rainbow salmon easier. So it'll be nice to have those dumplings on hand for trying to get a rare fish. Yeah, we want to go there last, so let's talk around. Oh hey, China. Lasher, you're okay, right? You're not overdoing it? I told you to stop worrying about me. You don't gotta come all the way out here on your lunch break just to make sure I'm okay. Well, I guess it is pretty far from work, huh? But it's not like checking up on you is such a big bother. I just swung by after picking up some stuff from our apartment. These two are from Cray Village. I know worked in the weapons shop. Talked to her there a few times. That boy, if I'm remembering right, he wanted to become a bracer. Yes, Lashker. He came by the guild to try out some office work once. I heard they're living in an apartment somewhere nearby. Yeah, yes, they're trying to look out for each other. I'll be cheering you on, little man. Me too. Anyway, let me know if you need anything. I'll make sure to be there in a jiffy. Yeah, just get back to work already.
Feast your eyes on this.
Old man Romaine. If it doesn't satisfy, it doesn't belong at the stall. It applies to my produce and part-timers both. Lashker, for instance, is a tough kid for his age. He can get a bit overzealous at times, but he's worth keeping under my wing. Old man Romaine here runs his vegetable stand. He also manages the entire marché, right? Yes, his single-minded dedication has earned the trust of those around him, from what I've heard.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Carrot and leaf.
Drop by again sometime.
Oh, we don't need to buy that stuff. Tabatha. So this is the Center Marché. I guess there's a reason they call this place the Kitchen of Edith. But this is no time for cold feet. My family put their heart and souls into raising these veggies. I gotta pitch them like there's no tomorrow. Good luck.
Take a look at my wares.
Welcome. We carry clothes from a variety of labels selected by yours truly. That includes my own original fashion brand, by the way. You should buy some pieces while you can. They'll be fetching a premium once I make it big.
Anything strike your fancy?
Purchase weapons and armor. Uh-huh. Well, we want the scarf, at the very least. And it looks like we'll just buy one set of the different armors. All for ban.
Thanks.
Sup, Kenny? Nice outfit. Hey there, you the Kenny that put out the request? That would be me. I'm assuming that makes you the Spriggan. And you... I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. I get that a lot. It's likely you have me confused with someone else. I'm just your average citizen looking to lend a hand to the Spriggan. Anyway, why don't you start by explaining your request to us? Right, of course. Now, where to begin? Are either of you familiar with Gateau de Dune? No, I don't believe I am. Yeah, I know. They're that other patisserie that opened up at the end of last year, right? The guy running it used to be involved with some rough types, so I heard he had a hard time bringing in customers at first. Did we do a quest for him before? I feel like Gateau de Dune is somewhat familiar, but not 100% sure. It may have been mentioned at some point by, like, a random NPC. No, now, though, word's been getting out about how great his sweets are. Stuff's top-notch, apparently. I haven't had the pleasure of trying it myself, though. Never the expert. Sounds like you have quite the sweet tooth. If I may, have you had the chance to try the sweets at our shop? You open around the same time as Gateau de Dune, right? Nah, not yet, but I definitely had my eye on you guys. Maybe I'll come back when I have more time. Then, I await your patronage. Back to your request. This rumor about Gateau de Dune. Yeah, that's new. What are they saying? Well, I hate to contribute to all the gossip, but I've heard they're using spoiled ingredients. Spoiled ingredients? That sure sounds like an issue. There's been no word of anyone getting food poisoning, but people are complaining of the flavors tasting a bit off. I see. This has the potential to ruin the reputation of everyone in the district. And considering we sell baked goods as well, turning a blind eye would spell nothing but trouble. Anyway, once you have proof of his wrongdoing, I'd like for you to bring Dune to me. I'll try to convince him to use more quality ingredients. If this were to be taken to the police or the Bracers, it's likely that suspicion would be placed over the entire marché. You contacted a Spriggan so that you could keep it self-contained, didn't you? That's correct. So, does this sound like a request you're willing to take on? Looks like you're in a tough spot. Yes, but it's hard to believe Gateau de Dune would do something to jeopardize a recent rise in popularity. I suppose it's possible that they're using cheap ingredients to keep down costs. Some places will do anything for more money in their pockets. Anyway, as someone who's had his eye on Gateau de Dune, this is personal. Completing 4 SPGs will raise the LGC alignment bit by bit. If one of your LGC reaches level 5, you'll obtain a hollow core of mare that takes after that particular element. Okay. So, instead of rank 3, it's rank 5 now. Understood. Accept. Alright, we're on the case. For the record, I'm fairly knowledgeable about the Center Marché. Leave getting the proof up to us. We'll make sure to take care of it. Thank you very much. Now then, let's start by asking people in the area who might have some info. The market manager's old man Romain, right? Yes, if anyone knows anything, it would be him. We should also talk to Sabrina, one of the food truck owners. She has plenty of contacts, plus she handles ingredients for restaurants throughout the marché. Whenever I need to investigate something in the area, I tend to rely on her. In that case, I'll go ahead and talk to one of the marché's brokers, Malcolm. He does a lot of business with Victor at Montmar and some other places around town. I'm sure he'll have some insight on the situation. Well, it sounds like neither of us has any sort of shortage of personal connections. Let's start by talking to those three. Right, let's get going.
Let's start this 4 SPG, shall we?
Topics. I wonder if they'll properly use those. Oh, we got a thingy. 2 tier bombs. Okay. Yazen's Weapons and Hardware. Good to see you, Spriggan. Here to look for weapon parts? Yeah, figured we'd give your stock a quick scan. I've heard talk of a hardware store with underworld ties that deals in arms to a select clientele. This must be the place in question. I recognize that face. You're the A-rank bracer. Before you ask, I already have all the proper seller's permits. On the other hand, you're also welcome to buy whatever you need from me. I may just take you up on that. Any weapon sold here is all above board, just so we're clear. I spare myself some hassle by being selective with my customers. Feel free to browse the usual stock too if you like.
Want to take a look?
That's the usual stock. So we already have the weapons, but he does have some unique stuff here. So this raises his attack, but doesn't contribute to his HP. Oh, they actually have effects outside of battle. Oh, that's pretty good. I like how they actually do something other than increase stats. So charge attacks are stronger, and that makes the charge gauge easier to fill faster in field battles. Okay. So they have a field battle effect, depending on what you equip. Which is pretty neat. We can't afford both. So, the only issue is, why would I want to get rid of the evasion +4? I'm gonna buy this. And I guess we'll give that to Van. And we'll buy this and give it to nobody. Because we gotta make sure we have everything. And we already used up all the money we got from that Zerum powder. We are about to become super poor again.
Let me ask you something.
Well, here's a couple of familiar faces. I don't suppose you're here to buy some vegetables. What's the problem? Sorry for the trouble, but we wanted to ask you a few questions. If that's alright with you, of course. Van, ask about Kato Dedun. That rumor. Yeah, I've heard of it too. If I'm being honest though, I think it's just a load of nonsense. You seem pretty confident about that. I take it you trust Dune. More or less. Listen, I know where Dune came from, and I get that it's easy to get the wrong idea. But the boy's serious about his business. Got a good eye for ingredients too. If it was just a one-off thing, I would understand, but he isn't the type to make the same mistake twice. I talked to him about this myself, one-on-one, and he seems just as confused about the whole mess as I am. Dang, praise from you isn't something to scoff at. Guess Dune's someone who's really got it together, huh? You bet you're behind. Anyway, maybe these complaints are just some kind of misunderstanding. Like I said, Dune's always been keen on using the most quality ingredients available to him. Passion like that can't be faked. I say we should just ignore the rumor for now. That way it won't have nothing to feed off of. I see. Thank you for your input. While we're on the subject, can I ask about the other patisserie? You mean Kenny's shop? Well, their stuff's certainly not bad. Well, you don't hear a ton of praise about them neither, for better or worse. Seems like they get fewer customers than Dune's though. Do you think that's contributed to a rivalry between the two? Wouldn't say it's impossible, that's for sure. Alright, thanks a lot. This is really helpful. I'm already starting to get a picture, but we should get more input first. Before we jump to conclusions. Belinda. I have a penchant for phonograph records, hence the reason we carry them in our store. My husband and I are quite up there in years now, but we've always loved keeping up with modern trends. Being able to share in them with the younger folk never fails to perk me up. Probably can't afford anything here, but we can probably buy something once we complete the 4SPG. This is a second-hand bookstore, but we sell newly published works as well. We also stock the latest board games, which I enjoy as a hobby. Go ahead and browse around as you like.
Oh, hello! Welcome.
Proverbs of Confrontation.
You're welcome back anytime.
That is that is messy. There's text on that box. I want to read it, but I can't really scoot it close enough, I think. Oh, it's not readable. Dang it. I wonder if any of these are like Dragon Slayer or something. I do not know like what Dragon Slayer, like its logo looks like. You know, let's Google it real quick. Valcom, Dragon Slayer. Because that would be my first thought. seeing the dragon here, but it does not look like they ever had a banner for their logo, sadly. Who knows? Are any of these anything? No. Huh. I believe that one is Judas' grandma. There's a lot of shops here. Sean, a salmon this big at this price? That's a steal if I ever saw one. But the salmon over there at Trout's place is fresher and more fatty. Go for size or go for quality? It's hard to say. Quality. And that's what people call a stay-at-home dad. Some of the other kids make fun of him for not having a job, but they don't have any idea how much work it is to run a home. He still finds time to play with me though, and his cooking's really tasty. Couldn't ask for a better dad. Lao Shao. We carry alcohols from a variety of regions, both foreign and domestic. Of particular note is our wide selection of Eastern imports, including a very limited batch of rice wine from the Far East. Stop by and take a look if you're in the market for some rare liquors.
Hello there.
Healthy liqueur.
Thank you.
Fish.
Let's do this thing.
You can change the type of bait with LB and RB. So it looks like there's only Kazagin here. Which,
well,
is unfortunate. Is that Shino?
This market's
No, it's
bustling.
not. It's Sabrina's
Got
food
more
truck.
stuff on offer now than they did back in our day.
That's true. The trade business is flourishing more and more every year. It would be nice to wander around here again sometime. When we're off the clock, of course.
Hello there, Sabrina. Oh, hi, Elaine. It's always a treat to have you stop by. I see you're in your casual wear today. Does that make this a date, maybe? Not quite. I'm merely helping him out with a work matter. Van handed Sabrina a business card and introduced himself. That should say all you need to know. If you run into trouble, I got your back. Anything for a friend of Elaine's. I see, a Spriggan, huh? I'd only ever heard rumors about them until now. Thanks for the card. I'll be sure to keep you in mind. A Spriggan, huh? I've heard the rumors. This is my first time actually meeting one. I'll be sure to keep you in mind if anything happens. Now, one thing that is constantly had me confused is whenever people talk about like there being a Spriggan, are they just not aware that there's only one Spriggan? Is the rumor that like there's like a bunch of people that do it, but Van is the only one that everybody really sees? It seems very iffy.
What can I get for you?
Tuna sandwich and blue soda. I'm not going to sell the reviving bombs, because we'll probably need those. We could probably sell, like, Tira bombs and stuff. Just easily enough.
Thanks for shopping.
Eventually, we'll be able to earn some money. Oh, topic. Kind of important.
Let me ask you something.
Especially considering we need money. Oh, hello. Did you have some business with me? Yes, we'd like to ask you something. Could you spare us a sec? Yeah, asked about Gateau de Dune. Yeah, I heard about the rumor. It seems there's more than a few people in the Marché that believe it. I'm sure it has a lot to do with what they know about Dune's past. That does seem to be what their reasoning is based on. He's used to shady business, or I knew he'd go back to his old ways. And that's just a few of the things I've heard people saying. Everyone's got something to say, huh? Still, not like I can deny impressions matter. That being said, it's a little hard to justify their opinions when the rumors are baseless. Although, I suppose we don't know the whole truth yet. Yeah, we need to remember to remain unbiased here. Anyway, do you know anything else? Not really. Dune and I aren't particularly close. There's not much more I can say, to be honest. Alright, thank you for your help.
The Center Marché really does have everything.
It's so lively.
Circle around and check the other shops. My mom's got an extreme passion for fruit. Nobody can beat her when it comes to judging or selling them. She says that at our stall, what's on the inside is way more important than what's on the outside. So even if you find something that's shaped weird or slightly bruised, it'll still taste great, and for a decent price too. Denista. Step right up and take a look. We've got just about the sweetest and tastiest fruits we've ever seen. We've even got a special on bananas today. 1 bunch for 10 mira, or 2 for just 18. And for the real monkeys among us, I'll offer 3 bunches for only 24 mira. That's practically giving it away. There's no better time than the present. Snatch them up quick or you'll be kicking yourself when they're gone. Wow, talk about giving us a hard sell. I'm almost tempted to buy some. We got fresh bananas on sale today, everybody. Don't need to think twice, just stop by and stock up.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
Rainbow berry. Strange berries that taste like a multitude of fruits, all at once.
Please, come back anytime.
Like when I grab a mouthful of Skittles.
Alright.
Got a bunch of new stuff here that we currently don't have. We'll have to come by and grab it later. Same with the shop that's over here. Kitties. Tiger. This little guy must be the top cat here in Center Marché. I've seen him around here and there. He certainly has some gravitas, doesn't he? So are the red shops and new shops that you have not visited yet?
I can't get enough of this heavenly scent.
Hello and welcome to Walnham. Our shop doubles as both a cafe and a coffee bean roastery. Go ahead and make yourselves at home. Jumana. Interesting. 2 A's next to each other in a name. There's no beating a good cafe latte. People who take their coffee black are out of their minds. It does kind of depend on the dessert it's paired with, but for the most part I'm in her camp. I don't mind it unsweetened, but at that point a cup of tea would suit me better. I'm more toward Elaine's side. I am not a black coffee guy. I would rather just have tea. And I'm not even that much of a tea guy. I can't imagine taking one's coffee any way other than black. We found an insane person here. Psychopath. Just what kind of barbarian would you have to be to drown a perfectly good drink in milk and sugar? And see eye to eye with this disposal, you've made a Forest PG out of it. Oh, hush you. We at Walnham refuse to compromise on where our beans are sourced and strive to pair every patron with a drink that suits their tastes. There are customers who find our establishment less approachable upon hearing this. But coffee at its core is something to be indulged in. But simply, I wish to ensure that each individual is able to do so. Some prefer more milk and sugar, while others prefer less. Some sip, while others down their cups in a single go. There is no one right answer. All this to say, you need only relax and enjoy. It would be my pleasure to assist you to that end. Exacting standards, but an open mind, eh? It's easy to see why this place is so popular. We at Walnham refuse to compromise on where our beans are sourced and strive to pair each customer with a drink that suits their tastes. I hope you'll take some time with us to enjoy the momentary bliss a good cup of coffee can bring. I wonder, if we enter a shop...
Thank you for coming.
That is a boisterous voice. Wow. If we just leave...
Please stop by again.
He is still marked as being new. Okay. So if we can't afford stuff at a shop, we just don't mouse over everything, and then we'll be able to actually see if it's a new shop. I do love quality of life. I love it a lot. Making sales rounds isn't easy, but there's no better place for it than the Center Marché. It's got all the daily necessities you could ever need, not to mention a whole bevy of rare food finds. I think I'll treat myself to a tasty little something before making my way back. First word Peggy ever uttered wasn't Mama or Papa. It was welcome. Fancy that, huh? Now at 6 years old, she's already doing a bang-up job helping me mind the stand. Have you ever seen a brighter, more responsible little girl in your life? I sure haven't. Hiya, welcome to Trout Seafood. We got some tasty salmon in today. You won't find them any fattier than here. Come and get some before it's too late. How could we say no to such an adorable little saleswoman? Yeah, she's putting half the adults in this market to shame with that pitch.
They're as fresh can be.
Tender whitefish. It is just an ingredient, so we'll mark it down.
Thank you.
What is back here? Nothing really, but I'm assuming it'll show up in a side quest. Or the manhole cover will be important. It does have a unique model on the floor texture here. Barbara's Precious Metals and Jewelry. My store offers nothing but the very finest, so don't call out the merchandise unless you intend to buy. You, young man, may be lackluster at best, but your lady friend here has a palpable air of refinement. I'd love to make a regular customer out of her. I'm flattered. At least she's got a discerning eye to back up that attitude. You do have a vague whiff of money about you, but you also don't seem the type who's quick to shell out. I'll say this much. Anyone who pays what they owe is a valued customer in my book. Come back anytime you plan on becoming one.
Better not be window shopping.
Gifts. Mishy tassel. A tassel-like charm made to resemble Mishy's tail. Well,
What? Done already?
it's still marked as new, so when we can afford it, we'll buy it. Found Shino's shop. Well, if it ain't Shino, set up shop at the Center Marché for the day, huh? This must be the mobile bar you've heard so much about recently. All good things, of course. I'm flattered. No doubt I have my regulars to thank for that. Are the two of you off duty? Despite the plain clothes, no. Ben and I have some business that needs taken care of. Hopefully we'll manage to wrap it up before the sun goes down. I see. Here's a little something for you then. Oh, thank you. Gino's screwdriver obtained. It's on the house. Best of luck with your work. Thoughtful as ever. Good looking out. Yes, much appreciated. We'll stop by again once things are finished on our end. Glad to hear it. I'll save you a seat. The Center Marché has such a diverse collection of stores and stalls. Patrons are on the livelier side as well. It's been very educational for me. You're trying out new clientele by setting up at different places and times, yeah? You sharpen up more every time I see you. Won't be long now before you outshine Bramati. That's a bit of an overstatement. Still, I still hope to reach his level of expertise. Bramati was the runner-up at the bartending tournament last year, correct? Well, I'd say that's a worthy goal to aim for then. Who came in first place?
Hello.
That is something I want to know.
Thank you.
Alright, we'll check out the shop first. Urfa. If you ever wanted to try some delicious Central Eastern cuisine, then you can't go wrong with our meats. My top recommendation goes to our camel kebabs. You don't mess around when it comes to the spices. Just one taste will have you back for more.
What can I get for you?
Camel kebabs and juicy
Thanks a
frankfurter.
bunch.
Hello, Malcolm. I should have known being out of season would drive the price up. Now what should I do? This guy feels kind of familiar. Probably best not to bother him right now, though. But stop it.
Let me ask you something.
Hey there, how's business? Well, if it isn't this Spriggan from Old Town. Something I can do for you? Yeah, we want to talk to you about some of the goings-on at the Marché. Ben asked about Gateau de Dune. I've heard the rumor, and keeping an eye on his shop myself. I was even thinking of helping him out with his supply purchasing recently. You know, to give his business a boost. But now I can really only watch from afar. Does that mean you believe Dune is guilty? No, I'm totally neutral here. It's a bit of a toss-up on whether or not it's all true. Anyway, Dune's been able to keep out of hot water so far because of his popularity, but he's going to need to keep that rumor in check. It's possible that some people from his past are coming back to haunt him. Or could it simply be the work of someone who's jealous of his success? I can't argue with that. But it's not just a rumor. There really is something wrong with his sweets, right? Yes, yet he has unfortunately received a few complaints. And every one of them mentioned the fruit sauce on his featured dish. Because of that, there's not really much more I can do for the kid. Not if there's even a smidge of truth to them. Hey, if you can, do your best to find out what's really going on here. Don't worry, I always finish what I start. Thank you for your help. Well, that's everyone we wanted to speak to. Let's go get some answers from Dune. Yeah, I think we have a good grasp on what the others think of him now. Let's go. Neil.
Check out what I have on offer.
Did we miss a stall? Apparently, we did. All money. We can actually afford that trinket.
All right.
We cannot insert Sepith to get Mira out of the vending machine. Sad day.
Welcome! Thank you for coming! Please stop by again!
And I will buy this before I forget. I am now out of money again. Thanks a ton. Come again. They weren't kidding about this place being popular. It's like the rumor hasn't had any effect at all. Maybe word hasn't actually spread yet. I mean, I doubt he'd have so many customers if they thought they were going to get sick. Hey, the hell's going on here? What's the deal, old man? Got a problem with my sweets? Problem? Yeah, I've got a problem. The sauce of my... Is it cannelle? Cannelle has gone bad. If I eat this and start puking, what are you gonna do about it? What the hell are you talking about? Ain't no way that's true. What kind of attitude is that to take up with a customer? You clearly ain't been raised right, boy. I want a refund. Give me back my money. Like hell I will. Sorry about that. Dan? Yeah, something's up. Let's ask him what's going on. Hey, can I get a cannelle? Sorry, not right now. I gotta look into something. Can you let us look into it with you? The hell? We might be able to give you a hand here. Business card. Cannelle that guy returned. It's definitely one of yours, right? Yeah, I guess so. Berry sauce was mine too. First I thought he was trying to give me something he bought ages ago. There's no way that dough wasn't baked this morning. Maybe I really did use some bad sauce. You don't seem convinced. Like, I'd like to believe I didn't, but looking at it now, I'm losing confidence. Try the sauce. Plus, this is the 5th time this happened. And I never screw up like this. It's pathetic. Like the first time it happened, like, try the product that is going bad. And if it tastes weird to you, then, you know, yeah. Because, like, you almost certainly use the same batch per set of pastries. Anyway, I'm guessing you two were sent here to look into my shop, huh? Well, here it is, crumbling under my inexperience. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Gotta make things right. So I'm begging you, please don't report me to the cops. Look, man, I'm a Spriggan. I'd never do something like that. Unless you deserved it. This seems like it was a genuine mistake, so we'll just be on our way. Well, after seeing all that, there's a lot that's not adding up here. Yeah, we should go over what we learned. There's rumor that Gateau de Dune is using spoiled ingredients. Our commander said it was bogus, but there's obviously been some complaints. Dune himself said that the cannelle sauce was bad. And not only is he starting to doubt his skill as a chef, but he feels responsible for fixing the issue. We need to determine whether this rumor is true or false. Yeah, it's still possible he bought cheap ingredients on purpose. By the way, going back to Kenny's request, he wanted us to find proof so that he could convince Dune to use more quality ingredients. In other words, he doubted Dune from the beginning. So what do you think is really going on here? Honestly, Dune doesn't strike me as the type to put on a performance. I think the chances are pretty high that someone set him up. I think so too. There's only one person who stands to gain from Dune's downfall. I suppose that means we have a clear answer then. Yeah, it's Kenny. Kenny guy's pretty suspicious. You think so too, right? Yes, he talked about putting in this request for the sake of the Marche and Dune, but seemed awfully confident that Dune was using spoiled ingredients. Even admitted he wanted proof of Dune's wrongdoing. Right, the customer we saw had to be in on it too. I'm betting those two arranged it so we'd be there when he made a scene. The canal he had was also probably prepared by Kenny. Or maybe he tampered with one of Dune's. If even Dune was fooled, it's likely that he bought it from a shop beforehand, and then he put some spoiled sauce on it. Is that right? Yep, and he's also professional at making baked goods. I'm sure he'd have no problem making a sauce just like Dune's. You know, having you help out saves me loads of time. Don't need to explain all the extra bits. Thanks to your powers of observation, I haven't had to work all that hard either. So, what do we do now? Good question. I've got an idea. 1 SP get. Why only 1? Usually you get 2. So we weren't able to find any definitive proof, but from what we saw, it does seem like Dune was using spoiled ingredients. Is that so? How could he? By the way, we've already reported this to the market manager. He decided that it would be best to have Gateau de Dune close shop for 3 months. Meanwhile, he'll be barred from selling food anywhere else. 3 months? That's a bit harsh, but I suppose it's what he deserves. I hope Dune uses this experience to change for the better. This is exactly the outcome I was hoping for. I don't know how I can ever thank you. I'm sure it would have all come out eventually. But thanks to you, it was solved before there was any real damage done. Hearing you say that makes me glad that I spoke up. Thank you very much. I'll send your payment along shortly. There's no problem. We'll be on our way. Now then. Slip him some money. Aim it for a job well done. Oh, they have little stealthy missions. If you get too close to the target, they'll notice you. Oh, we get an extra SP for this. That's why. Conversely, if the target strays too far, their trail will be lost. Maintain a safe distance while keeping the target in sight. Follow mode. Follow the target but maintain distance. If you lower the found gauge by hiding yourself with shards, press B in the hiding spots. Okay. Sure do love how they're doing the lick this whole time.
Feast your eyes on this.
Oh. So the hiding spot is there, so we go over here and...
This is kind of fun.
Yeah, perfect. We just use this to lower the gauge. And the lost gauge is basically line of sight based. Okay. I'm assuming there's going to be certain moments where this is significantly more difficult to like get the timing just right. Sneaky. Might as well just hop between spot to spot, right?
Center Marche really does have everything.
That's all we have for now. Now, how about some...
We're too close. There it is. Hide self with shards.
There's so much to see. It's so lively around here.
So if we don't have line of sight, we lose found gauge. Okay. Oh look, we're going to the alley that we said is most likely going to be involved in the quest here. Hide. Stealth. I'm guessing we have to do an event. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we had to trigger it. I'm surprised it wasn't just on the same area as that last stealth spot. It's a man who complained about the sauce. Yep, that's a bingo. Nice work. Here's your payment. Thanks. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Sigh. No, that friggin' ended up being an easier mark than I thought. Even went to the market manager on his own. Closed him down for 3 whole months. I'm sure Jun had no problem admitting to his crimes. With one more little push, we can get him out of the Marche forever. Yeah, I don't think so. You literally just had to monologue to yourself? Keep those internal thoughts internal, man. It looks like you finally revealed your true colors. So your ultimate goal is to get Dune to close up shop entirely. Well, there's no way you're gonna worm your way out of this one. You had ample motive for wanting to get rid of a rival, not to mention how you'd have no problem recreating Dune's Canelian sauce. What's more, you were in cahoots with that customer from earlier. And your words just now were the final nail in the coffin. We recorded all of it. Confess and come along quietly. But wait, if you really believe I'm at fault here, then why is Dune closing down the shop? Oh, that. We lied. Though we did inform Dune and the market manager about our setup. And it looks like it worked. I can't believe you tried to tear me down like that. And someone in the same line of work, no less. Like I care what you think. Some punk like you shouldering in on my customers. You're nothing but low-life scum. Fast. I think we all know who the real scum is, and it's not Dune. He never stooped to your level. Anyway, let's make sure Kenny here gets his just desserts. Turn him over to the police, or settle amongst themselves. We don't need to get the police involved. Even if we send the guy to the police, there's only so much he'll be able to do. If we want to really receive the just sentence, we might want to think of some other punishment. We could get him to compensate Dune for any damages. It might also be necessary to ban his entry to the Center Marche. Doing so may require us to act in a gray area for a bit, but I think it's rather appropriate. Handing him to the police also means he'll get a record. There's gotta be another solution that's fair to everybody. Let's call over Old Man Romaine and see what he's got to say. Damn, you don't act like you're too high and mighty to send me to jail. After that, market manager Romaine was brought over to mediate a settlement between Dune and Kenny. The fact that the rumor about Gateau de Dune was a lie spread to the shops throughout the Marche. I owe you big time. I can't thank you enough, man. By the way, your reward money's coming from Kenny, right? Well, he's the one who started this mess. It makes sense, he pays. We intend to be greatly compensated for the trouble. Glad to hear it. But I gotta get you guys something, too. Wouldn't feel right if I didn't. Here, take a bunch of my pride and joy cannellis. Chocolate Crunch Cannelli obtained X5. So basically he just eats a bunch of them right now. Oh, wow, there's so many. Thank you. Is everything okay then? They're so popular, I didn't think we'd get a chance to try any. This is awesome, man. Seriously, don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need help. Don't mention it.
I hope I was of assistance.
Reward deposited!
2,000 Mira? You are cheating me. Ooh. That gray meter jumped quite a bit. Thanks for today. Would have been up the creek if you hadn't stepped in to help. I could take all that brain power I spent worrying and use it for something else. Like thinking up a new cannelli flavor.
What's it gonna be?
We have 5 of those, so we don't need to do that. There we go. I just wanted to make sure that it marked itself.
Please check out what I have on offer.
Alright, let's buy the stuff we couldn't get.
What can I get for you? Thanks a bunch.
Better not be window shopping.
I believe all those are the general status ones, right? Yeah, so we don't need to buy those.
What? Done already?
Perfect.
Hello.
It allows... Oh, we already have the tuna sandwich.
Thank
okay.
you.
So we're actually able to buy everything. Oh, there's one more dialogue over there. Maybe him as well. I heard the news, so Dune was on the up and up after all. Good. Now I can do business with him without any reservations. They still are not always perfect at updating the dialogues, but it's a relief to know Dune was innocent all along. A bit about Kenny, though. I hope he manages to redeem himself. One more section over. Damn it all. How could they just ban me from the Center Marche? May never be able to do business in the capital again. Good luck. You'll need it. And you can't say it isn't well deserved. Yeesh.
Let's do this thing.
Aw. I don't believe there were any other random rivers around. Oh, there's a dog back there. Alright. Bench. Now, what is this about? Well, look what we have here. Cigarette butts. There's quite a few scattered about. Must have been a gathering here not long ago. I'm almost positive said gathering was a group of Desire thugs. But if we want to track them down, we'll need a little more to go on. Might be time to give that thing a test run. Another new feature. By that thing, do you mean the Shard Search app? That's the active search system that allows you to use shards to track various things over a wide area. It was developed by Mark Duke, correct? Yep. They just pushed out an update that improves its accuracy. I think we can track them by following the trace elements of tobacco that are lingering in the air. So it's like the Witcher scent thing. It is exactly like the Witcher scent thing. Shard search. Execute a shard search with the right stick.
Okay, let's give this shard search thing a whirl.
It will be interesting to see if the update improved its accuracy any.
It is exactly like the Witcher, like,
something.
scent of
It's a
animals
tobacco
thing.
scent. Same one that came from the cigarette butts those Desire guys tossed. Let's see where it leads.
Slap another save down. This is the place. There are signs of multiple people going in and out. Oh, door's unlocked. Nice of them. I'm not mistaken, this place was abandoned a long time ago. It used to serve as a sewer system. I suppose a place like this would make for a good hideout. Anyway, that little app certainly is handy. If there's anything I've learned today, it's that Marduk is not to be underestimated. Got that right. I also don't want to underestimate these guys. Let's make sure we're ready before we head in. I'm very much ready. Who's a good boy?
The scent keeps going from here.
They must have gone into the sewers then.
At the bottom of the dark sludge. These are definitely some song titles. This old sewer system's completely dried up. Must be crawling with creepy crawlies now. Good thing I have the famous Beauty's blade here to keep my ass safe. Oh, like you need protecting. You can fend for yourself well enough. Or do you always expect your clients to do the heavy lifting? How shameful. Sigh. Would it kill you to be cute every once in a while? Yes, as I'm sure it would for you. It's been a while since I've seen your stun caliber and hollow style in action. For both our sakes, I hope your skills haven't dulled since the end of last year. You'll see soon enough. Get ready to be blown away. I mean, they both lost like 60 levels. By the way, have you taken a look at your quartz setup? You may want to do some tinkering if you haven't. Good thinking. I'll give it a once over. Yes, please do. You should know as well as anyone that effective use of shard skills can be the difference between victory and defeat. Right, different quartz combination will give me different shard skills. Those things will save my ass more times than I can count. When I have the time, I should mess around with my setup and get it nice and optimized. Defense and mine one get. Alright. Uh-huh. Might as well look at it. You can set quartz from the quartz menu. Uh-huh.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Alright. Now for the real thing. Hey, they actually, it's not a PNG now. So it actually shows how much you are close to getting it. And they actually list Deadly Lance on here now as well. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in the extra section.
Let me handle this.
Unfortunate.
Modifying your ornament, are you?
I was hoping we would be able to get Treasure Hunter. I think they made Treasure Hunter harder to get. I think it was just like Mirage 2 before. Now it's Mirage 3 and Wind 3. Yeah, the most important one is Guardian, which is Mirage and Earth 2. Guardian 2 is Mirage 8, Earth 8.
New shard skill added. New
Perfect.
shard skill added.
They could throw HP in here. It's like, if you know what you're doing, Guardian is always nice to have. So, they gave you just what you need to get it.
Let me handle. That's a single element slot.
We could use another mind, though. Upon completing this dungeon, all unfinished quests will disappear. And we have completed all quests, so... let's get a battle under our belts, and maybe call it a night after going through this dungeon for a little bit. I like the vertical moving jaws of these rats. Like, they don't have a hinge in their jaw, it just goes straight up and down. Monsters ahead. Figured there'd be some down here. Yes, but they seem weak enough for us to make quick work of. Uh-huh. Pretty sure it's all exactly the same.
Commencing battle. Proceed with caution.
I think the roll animation is slightly faster.
One more.
Oh, we cannot activate shards yet. You need to get a lot of dodge rolls in for the completion stuff. Oh, hello. Guess that brought their little pal out of hiding. Someone could pose a bit more trouble. Let's look for an opening and deploy our shards. Charge attack. Deals heavy stun damage. Less I can dodges, also fill the gauge and all that.
Arts works that stuff with enemies.
Show me what you've got.
Interesting.
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Press X to deploy shards. Yes. Man battle. Uh-huh. Let's see. AT boost. Gain a boon. Oh. So that one thing that gives us a bonus to AT boosts, okay. So that refers to the various buffs throughout the thing. So we want to get the increased AT stuff. I believe that's somewhere in the extra gauge.
Explain enemy stats.
Anyway.
Give them your all. That's it.
Nightmare difficulty, everybody. It is the first battle, though.
I'll handle this.
No dialogue? Why is it not voiced?
Much better.
Now I wonder.
Here goes.
So, he has basically the same exact attacks.
Taking point.
The issue I had with a lot of the animations is that you couldn't animation cancel a lot of them, so it was hard to properly dodge things.
We've got the upper hand.
Oh.
That fight felt
I'm hoping that they fixed it for all the
Burn
characters.
yourself out, Elaine.
Deploying shards.
It's gonna do a regular
Let's
shark
rumble.
deployment. SELMs, yeah. Follow-up attacks and all that. Deactivate a craft or art while it's active. The power will increase.
Displaying details.
DRS Zune. Crafts.
Going all out now, Elaine. My
Noise.
moves now.
Shard skills.
Too slow. You can't best me.
Don't stop now, Elaine.
Oh, they allow us the ability to skip the
That fight
longer
felt
craft
pretty good.
animations now. I think I won't skip like the shorter ones. The super long ones like S-crafts I will 100% skip after we get a good look at them a few times.
I'll cover you.
Ow.
You've got a charge attack ready.
We've got the upper hand.
I'm not sure if I've seen this one.
Going all in.
Oh, it's a whole recovery thing. Sure, let's look at it.
Don't stop now, Elaine.
It's expensive though.
Thanks, pal.
Ah, it's an attack and you heal off the damage.
You can't hide anything from us.
So
We should go on the attack.
yeah, none of that really works. Oh no. They fused the offensive and defensive crafts. Why did they do that? I liked having it separate. It made it so much easier to find what I was looking for.
We should go on the attack.
I just noticed that the attack thing is actually different here.
Eat this.
Van, your turn.
Get down.
So, okay. So they actually have the up-down thing, so it properly shows where the enemies are. So we can Okay, so that solves the issue that we had with the last game, where we couldn't really tell exactly where we would end up after doing an action.
Chance.
The buffs are no longer displayed below the allies. Instead, it is to the right of their name over there, which honestly, might be just better.
I'll remember this.
Engaging skill.
On my blade, I'll never lose.
Hey, don't burn yourself out, Elaine.
We got a thingy. And hit chain. Some money. 20 attacks perfectly evaded. The temptation to just dodge a ton of times in a row.
Let's get to work. You've got a charge attack ready.
This is it. Enemy. Let's get moving. This is it.
They're down. This is the perfect time for shards.
Have some more.
On my blade, I'll never lose.
Alright. I'd say this is a fine place to end it for the night, because it is probably midnight. 11:55, called it. Alright. Trails through Daybreak 2 started. So, yeah. Let's get through this a lot faster than we did the previous game. Till next time. Have a good night.